Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in to what is sure to be a very interesting stream because, of course, we have a Warframe update. Oh, yes, indeed. And also, you might notice the orbiter's looking a little bit fancier. Just a teeny tiny little bit fancier. I think they must have cleaned the windows or something. Yeah. Welcome, everyone. How are you doing? Really? I mean, what else did you expect from the command !Warframe? What else? I actually didn't even remember that was a command. Yeah, there we. All right then. Is Akira moved? Nope, didn't have time. I've been working on a lot of things, Sacred. I did not have time. So yeah. I've just let me do this for you. Yo, Jova, thank you very much for subscribing here at Tier 1. Once again, you're nearly on a whole year of that, no less. That, Jova, thank you very much for your support. Appreciate it. Cheers indeed. Ray say, well, focusing on work purposefully whilst listening to you in the background, not too hard otherwise. I mean, Ray, special circumstance, yeah. My condolences, actually. But not to dwell on the matter, understandably. Let's keep you distracted, and everyone else, all at the same time. Equipment, orbiter, decorate. Let's just you can go. Where does one put it? I know. We'll put it right here. Just give me a moment. Let me see. Do I go over here, or do I go over there? Actually, that spot's not terrible, but then... Nah, we... About there? We'd go there? Yeah. I think that should do nicely. I think that should do just nicely. There you go. The Curia has been moved. I did have time after all. It's not moved it more than 5 feet? I mean, yeah, it could be here. Yeah. Could be here. Could be somewhere. Could be anywhere around the orbiter, quite frankly. Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. If you find it, well, congratulations. Look at how warm and cozy this room feels now. Like, the rest of the orbiter has become sharp and shiny, and then there's that one which is just all warm. But yeah, the new lighting engine, it's certainly a bit sparkly, and in fact, I tried something, I was like, wow. Okay, I'm noticing quite a bit of bloom going on here. Man, I must have bloom turned on, right? I mean, surely I have bloom turned on, right? I don't. What happens if I do? Ah, it's so bright. Why is... Oh, God. Why? Why? We did. Let's not do that. Let's not be doing that. Much better. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll stay with bloom off. Quite thank you. That is that was not conducive to my eye health. No. The rest looks shiny, but yeah, no. To be fair, most aren't that bright. Zaran Void Rift just very bright as a light source. I don't know the specifics. I just logged in and saw it was really bright. Hello, this is Lisa. Would you please take a look at how good the Sampty slams now are? I mean, I imagine a lot of slams are really good. Considering that they literally buffed the ever-loving heck out of slams. In fact, even the slam on the Inadem is probably great now. Because, let's see. Yeah, slam attack 2,628. Sounds like it could be interesting. What's the, slam range, do you want to say? Slam radius? Some details? Do I need to go into the Inadem for that? Yeah, let's go. Slam attack. Ground slam. Hits all enemies around the point of impact within 5 meters. Yeah, you know. Also, hold on. Wait. I don't know why that looks shinier. Maybe it's just because of the darker background to it all. The Orbiter is definitely darker. Lady was saying the shadows have become so dark now. Don't know if I'm a fan. It is definitely a lot darker. Like, there's higher contrast and a lot more shadow, I'm feeling, yeah. Like, Lavos here looks, frankly, edgy. Not just lava, dude. Frankly, edgy at this point, which is... I mean, I'm not sold on that. I like the sharpness of the colours. I like the contrast. Not a fan of him being obsidian, all told. I liked it a little bit softer like that. That's a personal preference. The mod screen did get a minor UI update. Yes, it did. In fact, a lot of things have had a lot of updates. There's huge how much has been updated and altered and changed. Like, accuracy now has from very low to very high. And when you mouse over it, it gives you some actual numbers as to what that means. Which is great. Accuracy is now a far more understandable stat, and I now have a completely out-of-date video. Which is fine. The video was all about complaining about the stupidity that was accuracy, so I'm fine for that to be out. What about the new fast travel in the Orbiter? Oh yeah. So like, when you go up to navigation, instead of going up to navigation, you can now go up to navigation, which is brilliant. And then if you need to go to your arsenal, then you can, you know, fast travel over to your arsenal by going to Arsenal, which is pretty nice. And the same is true for the mod sections. You go into mods, and that's this one here. And so on and so forth. So that's pretty nifty. That is definitely pretty nifty. I'm probably upsetting some people by walking up to them and then activating it. That's intentional. That is intentional. Anyway, have I tried the new Lavos Augment? Not as yet, no. This is actually, aside from just checking the graphics, this is the first time I've had opportunity to log in today. I've been working on other stuff that kind of overran. I expected the update to be a bit later in the day. Just based on previous updates, I just expected it to be a little bit later. So, I was overrunning on what I was working on previously. But it's fine. It is fine. But yeah, I do like this. This is real nice. Feels a little... I don't know what it is. It feels a little... Ah, that's what it is. Right. I'm used to a gear wheel that continuously expands because it's got so many items on it. This one's static. I was wondering, why did it feel off? Something about it felt too immobile. That's what it is. Alright. All good, all good, all good. Farm for Dante seems very forgiving. Got it in 40 minutes. Heard from a lot of people already done with it. That sounds nice. That does sound nice. Right, so, first things first, I want to see what is going on with Jerusus. So let's open up the communications here, the inbox. I actually logged into 4 inbox messages. So there was Lotus handing out deck stuff, there's community team handing out these bits to everyone because of the changes that have happened. This was from the Warframe community team for creators that have signed up for Day 1 access, so... all the bits and pieces you see here, D have gifted to me to be able to show to you guys. So I won't need to go through the long or short farm, however long it is. Won't need to spend the plat. I can show you Dante pretty much straight away. Same is true for all these different augments. Same is true for the Onos. Same is true for the Stynax collection. So we can absolutely get through bits and pieces. We're not going to fit all of this into one stream. absolutely impossible, which is why there are additional streams going on. I'll be streaming not just the usual Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, but also on Monday. So you can look forward to that too. But the first, I've closed it. I didn't mean to close it all the way. There was another inbox message. Let's listen, shall we?
Oh, the Leverian. It was floundering. You understand?
Oh, he's a bit quiet.
Going under. All that work I put into it, and so few visited, let alone donated.
It's true.
Oh, I don't mean you, of course.
No, me.
No, you're a friend to the Leverian.
Doubt.
You just wasn't enough. So when Parvos made me an offer, I thought, oh, why not? Just let it go.
All right, Elsa.
Let it all go. I took the deal, Tenno. I shouldn't have, but I did. Oh, if only Dante was still around. Please, you must come see me.
Oh dear. Oh dear. You must have given this man 10 million. What has he spent it all on? Well, here's the thing. Think how quickly you can get 10 million credits. And then you realise, okay, well, if we can get it quickly, maybe 10 million isn't actually that much. You know? Maybe it's just not that great. So, yeah, let's go to Levera and see what's up with that. Is there Protea Prime yet? No, don't believe there is yet. No. Alright, what's going on here? What is going on?
Friend. You find me now amidst the bones of all I am, of the thing that mattered most to me in my too long life. You know, I wasn't sure it was possible to be less than a man, for I was a man once. This room was to be a shrine to one of my dearest friends, but now that shall never come to pass.
I can't jump off the edge.
Look around, and I will recount what was meant to be.
Okay, well, let's see what was meant to be then, Drusus.
I've made such a terrible mistake, you see. In a universe at its own throat, where every living thing works daily to keep body and soul together, there's not much appetite for history, for stories. The Leverian may not be a real place, a place you can reach out and touch.
I mean, the rest of Warframe ain't either.
It was anchored, and reality demands a tithe. It takes coin to keep this place rest, this shrine to memory. And a savvy businessman I was not. To be less than a man is to be a fool. And fool I was.
I mean, maybe don't be quite so hard on yourself. Yeah, things have fallen on hard times, it seems, but, you know. You don't become not a man for being a fool. Men are foolish. And by men, I mean all humanity are foolish. That's just how it be. That's just how it be. Umbrella? No. Chubby Chippendale saying, hello, first time viewer, love the videos my roommate had sent me, especially your builds. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you on that, Chubby. Welcome on in. We're having a look as to what is up with all of this in the Leverian.
Did I
Loss.
never tell you of Dante? No, I suppose I didn't.
Alright.
I suppose I hadn't the fortitude. The entirety of the Leverian is shaped by the lack of him, though perhaps only in ways that I can see. Though, by definition, a weapon of war, Dante was, first and foremost, a student of history. And he was my friend. Truthfully, much of the Leverian would not exist were it not for that.
Note to self, Dante needs history proficiency.
Devotion to both myself and the cause of better understanding our history and ourselves.
There we are.
It shames me to think of what he would have to say about what I have done to our shared endeavor.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I mean, We don't really know the full story of what he's done, other than just a deal with Parvos. But yeah, I've literally made a note. History proficiency on Dante. Going to need to do that for the D&D project.
Parvos Granum, you know the name.
Oh yeah.
He of the gilded hand and gilded tongue. For an age, he has sought what Dante and I had gathered together. Our collected treasures. For one such as Granum, there is no such thing as enough.
Sad but true.
An age with no appetite for memory. Maintaining a shrine to our shared history seemed folly. And so, in a low moment, I signed it all away.
Oh dear. Signed it all away, did ya? Oh dear, 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 dear. Bradley, Dante doesn't have a D&D stat blockers yet because Dante didn't exist until today. That's why.
I do not know what possessed me in that moment. I have no need for money, or food, or shelter, or care. Perhaps I merely felt my time was done, that the past had served its use, and me along with it.
Oh dear.
Whatever the reason, I allowed myself an instant to feel my misery to be greater than my life's purpose. A momentary indulgence that may be paid by every future generation until the sun goes dark.
So, okay. He's given up the Leveria. Despite Dante's handing it, even though Dante ain't present, he's given it all up to Parvos Granum for some kind of deal that he then goes, oh wait, but I don't actually need things. Why did I sell the thing I had?
I
Continue.
would give much for my friend to have been here. Dante and I, we tempered each other's unique compulsions. You would have liked Dante, I feel. His end began, as it did for so many souls, with the Entrati family.
Oh?
The patriarch of that benighted family had fallen into decadence and disrepute, his name sullied by controversy and implications of madness. Then an erstwhile associate of mine, a gentleman by the name of Lloyd, a Master Entrati's man for more than a lifetime, well, vanished. Lloyd, his master, and his entire lineage just gone.
Well, we know the history behind that, don't we? Just a little bit. I wonder if Drusus is Cephalon now needs a service run on. I mean, we do get that impression given the inbox message. Looked very Cephalon-y, yeah.
There were rumours, of course. Master Entrati was known at that time for outlandish claims and questionable science relating to voices he was hearing, I believe. Gods from beyond the veil and whatnot.
But,
After the disappearances, Dante, never one to let a good mystery go, insisted on infiltrating the Entrati manse and learning the truth for himself. I, however, being more familiar with the confidential details of Master Entrati's interests, urged him otherwise. I suppose you wonder why I would do such a thing, if I believed Master Entrati to be fit for little more than the asylum.
Right.
Lloyd was, as I said, a dear friend. We spoke often. His last missive to me was a simple one. We end as we began. As a student of history and its occult apocrypha, I know the terrible import of those words. And so I cautioned Dante to remain by my side. He promised to do so, then did otherwise.
Oh dear.
And I never saw him again. Perhaps I was not so deft at tempering him as he was of me. And that, I suppose, was my first great failing. The parent of this second and most final one.
Oh dear. So Dante popped off to the Entrati labs and no doubt discovered they just some dudes doing some numbers.
I imagine you surmised why I have summoned you here. To ask that, in the name of whatever friendship we share, to lend your aid to my impossible predicament. To help preserve, not me, not this shadow of a man I once was, but to keep this monument to history alive, so that future generations may learn from it and never repeat our most shameful mistakes.
Right.
Connon's obsession with that bygone age demands pieces of such. Ironic, really, that one man's interest in history serves only to strip an edifice whose singular purpose was to protect it.
That is ironic.
There remains one slim hope: the sourcing of artifacts from places other than the Laverian, sourced by you at my direction. Help me, friend. Help me, that my one great and final mistake not be the error that turns our collective history and the work of lifetimes to a single miserable use, making a rich man richer.
Alright. So, at his direction, go get some artifacts that aren't here, is what I'm picking up from that. Maybe I'm missing the deets, but that sounds about it. That does sound about it. Now, if we go poking around, is there anything I'm missing? Just having a bit of a wonder and a gander and just a quick feel around. So I'm asking, are we going to be playing or testing? Because there's a possibly funny thing with new level assortment and devouring attrition. I will be working through bits and pieces. This isn't an update that's supposed to be done in 3 hours, so yeah. That should hopefully answer your question. Whether or not to your satisfaction is your call. Robot Destroyer, hey man, sorry if I'm being a bother, but come across a problem. Already run into a few bugs. I've been attempting to report them. The only problem is, whenever I try to go to the forums, make a bug report, it tells me to complete my profile despite it already being done. Try to fill out the information, tells me that it's already taken. What do I do? So it's just requiring to make a new account. If you're having some difficulty posting onto the forums or using your account on the forums, your best recourse is to contact Warframe support. They can look into what's going wrong there and try and sort that out for you. But they are the only people I could recommend can help on that. It doesn't sound like the kind of bug that I'm familiar with, sorry. Alright, I've had a peddler around. I haven't seen any other pop-ups as I've got close to anything. I could be spamming interact wherever, but now he's just going to start speaking to me again. I can't jump, so I can't get on top of things.
There's not much appetite for history, for stories.
No, I do think if there's anything to find in here, it's going to be a bit more hidden than I wish to spend the time on.
But to reality, it was anchored.
So I'm going to depart. Alright then, from Lloyd, Tenno. I have only just now learned of my old friend Drusus Laverian's predicament. I believe I can help you help him. Albrecht's old conduit network has everything Drusus will need. Access to the conduits in the Armatus node of Deimos or through the Sanctum Anatomica. Come see me afterward. I may even help you recover his trusted colleague, the Warframe Dante. Lloyd. Alright. Yep. We can absolutely go ahead and have a ganders at that then. So we'll basically be invited straight into a bit of disruption on Deimos. I can absolutely do that. I can absolutely do that. The question is, what do I want to do that with? I'm thinking, given that we're going to be up against the Necromechs, those, I'm probably going to want to have a radiation approach to it, right? And what I could do is I could use the radiated reload mod in connection with then a cold mod, I lose out on some status. That is true. But now I'm going to have a combination of radiation and cold. Oh, I like that. It's grayed out. Or lower opacity. I like that. But now I should have a combination of radiation cold, so I have increased damage against them because radiation just kind of burns through them. Fairly sensitive radiation. And I'm going to have the cold for slowing them down. Coming off the corrosive, because if I recall correctly, necromechs love to ignore armor reductions, so there's no point having the corrosive there. It's just not going to do a benefit. In terms of the arcane, I'm going to try switching this over to Deadhead. Just because, one, this is capable of getting headshot kills, and two, Merciless just runs down very quickly when hunting for demolishers. This has a 24 second per stack, so total stacks is, what's that, 72 seconds? Whereas total stacks on Merciless is only 48 seconds. We lose 30% every 4 seconds. Which is the equivalent over 24 seconds of 180%. So it's... Deadhead isn't that much better in terms of how quickly it's lost, but it's also easier to get back with just a couple kills. It just has to be a couple headshot kills. I think that should be the right choice. We'll be playing the Disruption with viewers. I'm going to give it a run solo first, and then we can look to bring in viewers after that, Lisa. Afterwards. Long shot, got unlucky for all Warframe and weapon parts to drop, all a building. Nice. Well done on that. Prisma Gorgon mod, Metamorphic Magazine works great on Demolishers in the new mission. True, yes, I did hear about that. I'm surprised that didn't get fixed. Because that's the only armor strip I'm aware of that affects the Necromechs. And given it's very clearly a design choice to have the Necromechs not be armor stripped, that one flying on the radar, that just feels weird to me. So I'm not going to put any further focus on it. I'm not going to use it myself. Otherwise, people are just going to get upset with me ruining it for them, aren't they? Right, so let's do this one first casually to get a feel for how it vibes. Do a casual run first, and then step it up. These ones can be inflicted with status unlike normal Necromechs. See, here's the thing. You say unlike normal Necromechs. I could have sworn I cold procced a normal Necromech in a recent stream. Could have sworn I did. Oh, that was a strange hitch. I might be wrong on that, but I could have sworn. This says capped not immune. Yeah, which is a very big difference. Very big difference. There we go. Oh, another hitch. Oh, hi there. Just gonna use you to get some nice easy charges on, don't mind me. That'll do. And I like the new symbols. So we've got cyan, white, kind of a brassy, and then a bluey purple. Some people call it blue, some people call it purple. To me, it looks like it's got a purple hint to it, so it should be purple. But others will disagree with me on that. But I like that they're very different shapes as well. That is nice. Warframe has a lot of random inconsistencies. It does have a lot of inconsistencies. Warframe is consistently inconsistent in that. Yeah. Is that just instantly telling me where to go? That felt a little too easy. That felt a little too easy, not gonna lie. I instantly knew where to go, and I couldn't hear it. Believe you me, I'm normally pretty good at hearing the demolishers, so I'd know when you can hear them. Yes, Ray, I've got a video that is now completely out of date, and I'm happy about it. It's for the better. Alright, so it turns out, yep, null mode. very easy to put them down. Very, very easy. There's no weirdness there. There's no straight up immortality to deal with. Just point and click. Hi, Grusling. Bye, Grusling. Sorry, did he just sarcastically hooray? I'm fairly certain he just sarcastically hurrayed, and I love that. Oh dear. Feels like demolishers spawn closer on this mode. Fair point, yes, they are close as well, so that's something worth having a look into. Maybe it's just because they are spawning so close. That's still 2 rooms away. That was still 2 rooms away. Can't be ignoring that. Also, fun note, vessel capillaries there. I was wondering, because it said that it drops them from demolishers if they were a resource drop. Unfortunately not. I have a resource booster and I just picked up 3. Which means they are not a resource drop. So resource boosters do not help. That's a shame. An armor strip demolith. Let me see if I have... I'm not on my armor strip setup, no, so... Can't demonstrate to confirm right now. Just get rid of all of them, thank you. Anyone got a key for me? Get the impression the capillary pop-up cancels the actual disruption round drop. Does it? Interesting. We're about to find out on that, because we are 1 key away from completing a disruption round. I just need a key. Energy drain. Ha!
The system thinks you're hostile and will do everything in its power to destroy the conduit to thwart you.
Hey, can I tear you apart? Thank you. Okay, Ruvox blueprint and more vessel capillaries. I saw both at the same time. Both showed up there.
Do understand, Mr. Granham. My associate is a friend performing a favour. To earn my friend's favour, you'd first have to learn compassion and empathy.
Scathing words. Alright.
Given the circumstances, you've done very well.
Yep, Ruvox blueprint, 10 vessel capillaries. We'll double check both of those once I come out. Make sure I definitely have them. If anyone's believing you're not getting those items, let's see what's the reality on that. Also, it doesn't take resources to build it. It takes the blade and glove. Interesting. 2 of each. Through inventory. There's the capillaries. And it was the Ruvox blueprint. Yep, both there. Yeah, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Apparently different people are getting different drops in a mission. Okay. You did get all the resources, just didn't see the pop-ups for the round loot for some reason. Yeah, so the 2 were overlaid. I saw capillaries, and then the main item was behind it. It feels like D have set it up that the drop from the demolishers actually triggers the rare pickup without it being a resource drop, and then it's possibly decoded where it doesn't recognize those 2 should be done queued, and that's why you get them overlaid. I've had similar kinds of issues with my alerts, for example, here on the stream, where if the alerts are set up with 2 different alert elements, then they can play simultaneously. I've had that issue before now myself, so. It looks like it should be fine. It's just, yeah, that little bit there. Falcon say, I was in a mission, did see chassis, someone else did see relic, we both did get chassis. Oh. So clients might be seeing then a randomized item, a different random, so a different seed for drawing, but they actually get what the host declares is the item they received, which would explain why some people are saying they're not getting their items. Okay. So if host says, oh, I got a relic, and client goes, oh, I got the blueprint I need, and then they step out and the blueprint's not there, That would explain it. So yeah, we can expect a hotfix on that then, if that is indeed the case. I'm piecing together like 4 different bits of anecdotal evidence there, but it sounds perfectly reasonable as a bug to me, I'll be quite honest. So those kinds of things do happen. Right, okay, let's give that another run now. I could switch to Steel Path just in here, can't I? Should be able to switch to Steel Path here. Yeah, I can. Alright, cool. Armatus unexplored. Excellent, that makes it really easy to know where to go. So let's try this Steel Path solo, see what happens on the next run. You glad you got the honors on the first try? It's definitely a nice thing when you can get those nice and quickly, yep. I'll have a look at the drop tables after this run as well. See how they're looking. I don't know why I'm spending the time actually doing this. This is a long hack. There we go, okay. I feel like for starting this mission, it doesn't need to be that. Is the stream happening? Can't see it. You might need to refresh. If you open the stream before the stream's live, sometimes Twitch doesn't actually tell you it's live. Also, you're not hearing me say this. Stream found. Ah, well, come on in. There we go. Alright then, let's start getting some keys, shall we? I imagine Xmas units are a good source of keys. Can I pick it up? Can I pick it up? Thank you. Insert docket into white. I did prefer it when it highlighted the text on the UI as to which one, rather than just saying insert docket. It made it easier at a glance to see which one I was going to. That would be one UI downgrade in my opinion. But it's not the end of the world. Alright, so we know it's definitely coming from this way. Hello! Enjoy your cold procs. Look at how quick he is. Oh, get melted. Yup, that works. Cold procs for the win, guys. Cold procs for the win. They can't nullify cold procs. You hit them with cold, you hit them with cold. Very simple, really. Where can you farm for better weapons? How do you mean better weapons? I don't know what level you're at, so that's not really a question I can answer directly. Hi, Grosling. Oh, they're a bit tougher now. Okay. And obliterated. I think it tried doing some kind of special evasion maneuver there, and it didn't work on account of I killed it. I hear an atomizer. Those things are now not as strong, and yep, sure enough, it just kind of popped. There we go. Charge the gun, slow it down, hit it in the back, easy win. Oh, is there a book nearby? Sweet. Where's the book? Where's the book? Where's the book? There's the book. Hello! Oh, Mr. Bucklington. Ready to give tango?
What kind of moron lets a starving predator out of a trap? Well, now you gotta deal with it.
Can he get off my feet? Oh, I'm being pulled, that's why. What's pulling me? Huh? When Prime is down, that happens. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he... Ow. Please be less invulnerable. And less hidden. Thank you. You can feel the damage attenuation kicking in there.
It's still hunting. Find the burrow it winters in. Kill that.
You can see I do a burst of damage at first and then it quickly slows down. That is damage attenuation going, yeah, nope, you're not allowed to do that. and that should be good.
You woke up a bad thing. But then you killed it. So,
Come on, a bit more charge. I'll do.
I guess you did.
I just didn't want to reload. Alright. That thing dealt with. We got... nothing? Wait. No, there it is. I was blind. I was blind. It was right there on my screen the entire time. I don't know why I said nothing. Ignore me for that one. I was just being stupid. Let's grab this. Hey, come on. We got a blind emote. It is specifically your use of low blind that's inspired the blind emote. Energy drain. Ah, twice.
Is coming your way.
Oh yeah, they are easy to dismantle with the cold rocks. Easy to dismantle. Alright, looking for a key. Who's got a key for me? You got a key? Nope. Oh, wait, here's a key. Yoink. Now, I noticed something in the patch notes. He said that keys can drop from all enemies. Which is curious because in normal disruption, they only drop from heavy units and Xmas units. So I wonder if they can actually drop from just any unit in this mode. How come cold is this good? Cold procs slow enemies down, and cold procs have been buffed a lot because people kept on going, what good is slowing when you can shoot them? This is what good cold proc is.
Mr. Drummond, sir.
This is what good it is.
You are a man of reason. So I ask of you the courtesy of a slight extension on this term's payment. Entrati artifacts are very difficult to come by, and that...
Oh, he got shut up by Malice. Hi, Malice. Bye, Malice.
Felonious Lavarian, do you think me a gullible man? No, I desire precision. So does our contract, which clearly states the penalty for missed payment is immediate forfeiture.
Oh, is it? He's going to tune in as well. Come on, Acolyte. I was trying to listen to them two talk, but if you want to tune in, be like... Edgelord? Yeah? No, you done? Alright, everyone's done. Cool. So yeah, that's working all just fine there.
So we learn the importance of clarity.
I'd like to take some of it off your hands.
There we go. 22 vessel capillaries there. That is, that's nice to pick up. I think that's actually below average as well. Which is fine. I am not going to complain that hard on it. Cold procs give additive crit damage. True, yeah. Additive to the final value, yeah. So it's not a lot. The main usage is slowing them down. That is the main usage. Because you think, what is it? I'm going to check. What's the actual value it gives? Cold, Warframe. It'll say in game as well, probably, but I'm just going to check here. So, Cold gives plus 10% increase flat critical multiplier initial proc, 5% per extra proc, up to a max of 50%, apparently. Which doesn't mean 50%, it means 0.5 times. So, if we have a look at this here, my multiplier with my companion is 11.9 times already. 11.9. So you add 0.5 to that from a cold proc as the absolute max, it's only going to go up to 12.4. You're barely going to notice a difference. Yes, Umbrella, I did see in the patch notes as well. It did seem weird to not be getting any life support from the crates. Turns out, yep, that was a bug. Who knew? I should be asking, when do we get 50k and 100k gilded emotes? I hadn't planned on looking at any further gilded emotes at this time because, quite frankly, the emote usage shows that those who do have access to them almost never use them.
There you are.
In fact, I think the user of them is you.
With you.
So, when emotes don't get used, they don't get focused on. You would if you had them. Have you never... I suppose if you've never bit supported the stream, then yeah, that's just a thing. Because you need, I think it's, what, 1,000 bits to stream to get the first one, is it? Something like that. You've never hit that, right? Yeah. Anyway. How do you report game is crashing? You'll need to go to the bug report forums. Let me get you the link for that. Warframe. Okay. I'm going to link you the PC bugs one. Okay. My link is dead. Have they moved the bug report forums? I suppose I'm linking to PC bugs. They probably just make it bugs these days, don't they? So I have got an older link. Let me get the updated link. That's convenient. There we are. Right. New link is needed. Got it. New link is obtained. You're on PS5? Yep. So this is the link for bug report forums. This is where you need to report them. That is where you need to report them. I'm just going to save myself that link because that is now the updated one. That needs to go here. There we go. And let's make a command for it as well here on the stream, a chatbot command, because bug reporting is a very important part of supporting this game if you can. I'm going to put that as !bug, reply, report bugs here. Report bugs for Warframe here. Just to specify. Command bug already exists. What do you mean it already exists? Eh? Oh. Okay. Something went wrong. Yeah, no kidding. Right, let's try this again. Reply. Report. Bugs in Warframe. Here. There we go, now it works. Wonderful. Alright then. I'm surprised the bug command worked for you to bring that up there, Ray, considering that the bug command was turned off. I'm not going to put those report Esprit because reports could be for just reporting in general. It's too vague. Alright then. With that aside, you guys now have a link for bug reporting, as long as my Twitch bot actually works correctly to link it. There it is. So that should make it easier. If you encounter any bugs, that's the place to take it. I can't help with bugs. DE are the team who can help with that. Can you rename a Warframe? You cannot, no. Lisa, I'll let you know when. Asking repeatedly for viewer gaming does get a little bit distasteful, I'll be quite honest. Okay, you're excited? You made that very clear when you tuned in right at the start of the stream. I will invite viewers when it is time to invite viewers. Please don't try and push that yourself as an agenda. You're a Lavos main. Do you think the new Lavos augments will be useful? Hopefully. That would be ideal. Now, with the disruption to look at, it is pretty bog standard. It's a disruption. There are necromechs, and they're very manageable with a decent weapon. Okay. You know what? Fair enough, Lisa. My apologies. I appear to have misguided you on that one. I did say after the solo run, yeah. That was more of a summary of what was in mind. However, let's be more practical about this, Lisa. I may have misspoken. Probably have misspoken. My apologies on that. I'm going to ask you very firmly and kindly to drop asking for viewers to join when I'm not asking for viewers to join. We're going to be looking at other things because there is a whole update to look at. I don't want to just go into a disruption mission because you really want to be on stream. I hope that's very clear. I will have viewers join when it is appropriate, when I choose to have viewers join. Sorry if you feel like you were strung along on that. Wasn't my intention. But I do generally make it pretty clear about what we're looking at, that there's an entire update to go over. Turns out the disruption mission is just a disruption mission, doesn't need us to keep sticking around. Alright. Can we petition to replace the current gilded emotes with animated versions so they see more use? I don't believe... Yeah, I don't believe the bit emotes have animated options. I think they're all statics. Can't help on that one. Right. Dante! Provided to me 3D by DE. Let's maybe stand in a little bit more light whilst I equip him. Just so we can get a better view. Yeah, good enough. That'll do. Right then, Dante, with your exceptionally long beard and looking slightly like a kind of a mousy character, I'll be honest, comes with a built-in omni polarity, so you can put any aura you like into there, and they all match the polarities. That's real nice. That is definitely a positive to have. He's not the first Warframe to have had that one, but he is indeed one of the frames to have had that. Just to be absolutely clear on this, this was provided to be 3D by DE, !D1A for more info on that. So, how do we want to build this one? I probably am going to have to just level him up first. Oh, we got the passive noted in here, that's nice. So Noctua scans targets, recording information for your codex, status chance increased by 50% on fully scanned targets. I'm going to assume that is... a modded 50%. So Noctua itself is the ability that we get straight off the bat. A Exalted Secondary. Not the first Exalted Secondary, and not the first Exalted Secondary on the first slot. Hildren. But still, an Exalted Secondary. We then have Light Verse, which we'll get to, no info on it so far. Dark Verse, we'll get to, no info on it so far. And Final Verse, which we'll get to a bunch of info on it, but also no text. Yeah. I feel like there should be text on these. I do feel like there should be text on these bits and pieces. 2k base damage at level 0. Well, that is on the alternate fire, so it's only every now and then Esprit. And you've still got the energy drain on cast and on shot. So, sure, if you want to do 2000 damage once every now and then, alright. Likely an oversight? It is likely an oversight, yeah. Right then, so, let's build for... Let's just build for a generalist approach to get started, just for leveling purposes. So, for something nice and general, let's give ourselves a bit of energy regen. That can't go too wrong. Let's give ourselves some good basics, our prime continuity. We can go with intensify, go with stretch, which matches that. Need efficiency. I'm not focusing on if these are the right stats or not. I am just putting them together so that we have enhanced stats rather than basic stats to get started with. Okay. Small buff to tomes, ammo pickups help recharge your alternate fire. Is this a suggestion, Ray, or an update? I can't tell if you're suggesting it as a... well, an idea. Oh, that is an old one. Ah, right, yeah. Let me turn off the donate command. That one is out of date. If you're looking to tip the stream, !tip for that one. But yeah, donate is a very specific word that is for charities. I am not, in fact, a charity. Let me turn off that donate one. QTCC is over. The new update? Oh, nice. So, ammo pickups, recharge, alternate fire on tomes. Cool. Look at these stats there. We've got health more than we have shields, so that looks like it's going to be more of a health focus we can build for there. So let's build for that then. Will Archon Vitality trigger off Noctua? Probably not, but I can equip it anyway. There's nothing stopping me. And if I'm going to go health, might as well. Lastly, I've got room for a couple 7s. What have I got down in the 7s that would be of interest? I could just go a couple Augur mods actually. Bap, bap. Gives a whole bunch of stats, a whole bunch of value. Yeah. Arcanes, I'm going to skip for now, actually, so as not to overpower the build in directions that hide what its strengths and weaknesses are. Let's just give it a vibe, give it a feel, level it up and see where it goes from there. Does adaptation apply to Overguard? No, but it charges from the Overguard. Alright. And let's just go take him some places to try him out. No Energize, no Flow. We had Streamline on there. I suppose I could throw on Energize. Not have to worry about energy at all. In terms of energy, we've already got 200 in there. What's these? These cast costs are not high. No, I'm going to hold off on the Energize. I want to feel for how he runs without energy support, and then see just how much we're going to need. Yeah. Also, I should mod Noctua. That does matter. So, for Noctua then, let's have a look at the stats we got. Crits are looking... I mean, that's a decent crit chance, absolutely. Crit multiplier is basic, enhanced by my companion. Status is good, it's all slash. And then on the active shot, it's impact radiation, so you lose your slash. I've seen footage of it that is kind of a wave that's cast out in front of you. Rebook, exclamation mark endo, for my endo guide. Ray and Esprit are beating you to it. Alright. Nothing too crazy in all the stats here. I love how compact this all is, getting rid of the stats that just don't need to be lingering around. So, let's give ourselves good old multi-shot. Multi-shot is a good thing to have. We've got no Steel Path Arcane, so we'll want to have some Hornet Strike for base damage, I believe. Beyond that, let's get ourselves some Fire Rate in here. We can go for Anemic Agility, that'll stack perfectly fine. Lethal Torrent is just a good thing to have in general. And then beyond that, I don't really... Do I want to focus too much on the damage or on supports? Now, if we're concerned about energy regen, one Zata Invocation can sort that out a bit. We've only got 10 left, so I can't fit another one of these if I go down that road. Bear that in mind. Yeah, so we'll leave those ones to the side. What can I fit for 10? Which will do me some work. Zatra Anemic, good point. What can I fit for 12? Still doesn't get me all the way up there, but what can I fit for 12 that'll be worth it? Oh yeah, I have another one of those, that's fine. What do we have in the canticles? Do I care about the canticles?
Taste.
Yo!
Could we get some Hugfer, or anyone else, action? The boys need therapy, but comfort is the best we've got, smile.
You are absolutely on that, Flo. My apologies on not even thinking about that before we left. I can absolutely attend to that, and thank you very much for the £5 tip there. Appreciate it. I'll have a look at that inbox message in just a moment. Let's head on down. I'll finish the modding in a moment. Let's head back down to the Anatomica. Absolutely, Flo. For you especially. Let's get that done. Noctua does slash? Yeah, papercuts. Alright then. Also, hovering. I'll have to make a note of that for the D&D setup.
The enemy shall not find us wanting. Yes, good. Lovely to see you, as always.
Is it not just a message? Oh god, I can feel the difference between having the Archon Shard for bullet jump and not. Spoiler mode? Maybe. Alright. Options. Creator mode off. No one docks me. Okay. Which also hit customize. Alright. Oh, cameras control. Bird 3. There you go. Giant bird butt to finish, of course. Now we can do the same for the others.
Come. We have once more.
We can offer comfort to Fibonacci. Again, I tried to move the mouse out of the way. Instead, I just shook the camera. Aww. Any Dante build with shards yet? I have literally only just started equipping him. He is level 0. You have to give me a moment or two on that, Aquiles. I have had access to this update as long as the stream has been live, pretty much.
You in the mood for a little... Hi.
Alright then, and finally, Tagfer. Aww. There we are then.
No.
Ain't that wonderful? $10 not to hug Tagfer. Sorry, Esprit. You can't outbid someone else's request. It don't work that way. I'd already agreed with Flo. It was happening. Alright, I'm going to turn the creator mode back on, which does mean the option goes away. But it only goes away on our screens. You know it's still there.
I was thinking... Maybe we can be devolved
Yeah, don't do that.
to what we were.
Just don't be devolved. No. Oh, right there. What is that inbox message? What's going on over there? We have got from Levity Lovely, another stream, another No. Oh, okay. Whew. Okay. Had me concerned there. Had me concerned. Thank you very much for the former bundle. I do appreciate that, Levity Lovely. Very lovely of you. Very lovely indeed. Okay then, so I was finishing throwing just some mods onto this before we get leveling it. So with our 12, let's see what is worth popping on here. We could go for the crits. Honestly, I'm seeing this more as a support. We can use it for damage output as well. And we can use that for our crit chance. Yeah. That'll work quite nicely. I know that we can go for this. It'll take 20% off the fire rate. But we're getting 150% fire rate there. That might be sensible. Because the fire rate only comes down a tiny bit. 4.35 instead of 4.65. And our crit only goes up a tiny bit. 86 to 90. The fire rate is nicer to have. I hate that Mirrorlab just put a smile that concerns you. I'm sure Mirrorlab will do only what is sensible. Because of course, as a long-standing member of this community, a member that loves to support this community, surely they would not want to undermine what this community stands for. There's no way. I'm sure we'll be fine. Best way to get former become a streamer? Snake Raider, sure, if you would like to compete with yours truly, go right ahead. Do better than me. Then you can have my viewers. Right. Let's go level them up somewhere. You know what? This is a time where I could say, if you'd like to support me in leveling, we're going to go to good old Sanctuary Onslaught. I know, kind of wild, but it's true. It's what we're going to do. So if you'd like to join me on that, we're going to go in there and level up Dante. We've got Ronald looking to join in. Send me a message. We've got Salanti joining in. Hey kiddo, sure. You're younger than me. And then we got spot for one more person, whoever would like to join in. Again, send me a message in game and the engineer. I'll bring you on into the squad. And there we are, we've got Puck the hero. Come on in. Very sorry, Solomir, you're a little bit too slow on the draw for that one. A little too slow on the draw. There we go. Alright then. Also leveling a Dante. Smart play. We have a Mirage and a Mirage. Oh dear. The enemies are going to be obliterated, it seems. Well then. Let's go obliterate them. We're going to have to do normal Sanctuary Onslaught because I've never leveled this frame before. And despite MR30 plus benefits, you need to level a frame at least once before you can take it into Elite Sanctuary Onslaught.
This is a stress test. Destroy all specimens as quickly as possible. In this chaos,
Disruptions go so quick now, it's real nice. I mean, certainly the ones we've had so far did. But they were the new disruption. I would like to test it in old disruption too. Like existing nodes, see how it goes there. I feel like I'm being handed an infinite amount of energy. We have got 4 energy siphons. That will do a bit towards having a feeling of infinite energy. Yeah, that certainly helps. Alright. Send out the shockwave, and there was nothing there to hit because everything's dying too quick. This is just a leveling up moment. Let's, circle! Get some overguard. Can I keep casting it? I can. Up to a bunch, apparently. Alright. And then we got Dark Verse for damage dealing, which would be great if there are enemies to deal damage to. Do I have damage numbers turned on? I think I do. Yeah, I do. So I just didn't hit those at all. I mean, we've got Mirages. I'm not going to hit anything for a while. I'm just going to keep on casting Circly. And it's a nice looking ability. Yeah, I do like the graphic on that. Again, it died before I could cast. In 28k overguard in a few seconds. Yeah! We'll look into exactly how that functions. There we go. Cut that one down. I killed something with a paper cut. Job done. Quite frankly, job done. We have a paper cut kill. What more do you need in Warframe? We're doing on the leveling, level 13. We are definitely going to need some more rounds. Unsurprising, infested are pretty bad for affinity.
Enter the conduit now.
You can play Noughts and Crosses using Dante? That you can. And we keep the overguard between rounds. That is nice too. Oh, good cut down on that. That does seem to be casting something of a cone then, doesn't it? Let's see, I get some things behind me. Definitely didn't kill them. Does it need line of sight? Won't know from that one. I would just have to test those things on my own time. Let's summon some Paragrims. Huzzah! But yeah, we're mostly just looking to get leveling at the moment, up to level 16 so far. Then it will say, oh god, I have a Pavlovian fear of reactions to the word cone now because of D&D. There have been a few cones of deadly abilities in our playtesting, haven't there? I think they died before I could hit them. Alright, so of that. And now we have $2. What is better than $1? $2. Ducky's got TPK'd. Yeah. Yeah, that playtest. I mean, if a playtest goes only perfectly, you've probably done something wrong. It's when something goes wrong in a playtest that something went right, because now you can fix the thing that went wrong. If that makes sense. Alright. Let's cast this buff. Huzzah! Triumph on everyone. Get some more of these going. Get more of this going. You got Page Flight running. These are very long bonuses on the 4th, so that is nice. Alright, rank 18. There's not a lot of affinity in this. I know that our killers are doing their absolute best, because I can't kill anything, but they are. 38,000 Overguard, and Overguard on kill. Nobody ever dies again. Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen.
I trust you will be able to complete this study, Hunter?
So far, it is getting stuff done. Thing is, I might be gaining Overguard from the other Dante in the squad. So they may be doing more than it appears for us. You just have to bear that in mind. That's a nice hit with the ult fire, though. Definitely nice on that side. We'll do that. This will give me Page Flight. That is increased my energy regen, which is nice. If I go Darkness, Darkness. That's the one that smacks everything as a DOT on it, isn't it? Yeah. Go Light, Light. This is the one that gives us the Overguard gain. Triumph. Actually, I think myself and Umbrella's character is the only one to die in Wolf Squad. Maybe. Wolf Squad has been doing well, but Wolf Squad also has got its next encounter to deal with on Saturday without a long rest. You'll be able to get a short rest if you want one. It's a choice, but you won't get a long rest before the next encounter. Yeah, our Mirages are doing their work. That is good. XP Noctua is almost fully ranked. In fact, it's now fully ranked. And Dante is on 21, so we're getting there. Still have the names Wolf Squad and Duck Squad. I mean, it just seems so fitting. Especially with the Duck Squad image I came across. It just seemed so fitting. Thing of note, with the really cheap abilities on Dante, and that you're really encouraged to keep using them, it seems that he is a good candidate for melee exposure as well, because I notice I keep on keeping that up very highly.
Go now.
Pop through. Is this like a better Equinox? Remains to be seen. I mean, Equinox has infinite scaling. Dante's not going to have infinite scaling. But Dante's going to have plenty of things going for him. Dante can't put enemies to sleep. Dante cannot make a clone of himself, but he makes a clone of his buck. Yeah, remains to be seen. Go light and dark. It's going to take some time for me to remember which one does what, but light and dark. And then dark and light. That gives us the Paragrims. There we go. Off they pop, distracting enemies and doing their fun little bits. And then we can focus the dark combos. Neither is really needed, to be honest. Equinox can restore armor and shields. Health and shields. Equinox does nothing for your armor. Yeah, really, they're quite different frames. Someone's testing Prison Guard with the new changes. I don't think they're testing it so much as just using it because it kills things really well, which is great for affinity for us. And that is exactly why we're here. Up this, up. Prison Guard test, it's strong, says Solancy. Well, there you go. There's your answer from him. It's strong. No idea, Esprit. No idea. I know that Warframe has on their Discord the Gath Omega lol, but that's different. There's a bit of damage. I think for damage purposes, the lack of an arcane might stand out on this, but then if the base damage is there to make up for it, that's going to come down to testing. How are we doing? Rank 24. We need more.
A new data conduit is open.
We need more.
Moves to a new zone.
Oops. Keep forgetting I need to recast that. Let's start cutting these guys down and slam the area. At this point, Mirage seems to have stacked up. Slam. Oh yeah, that was nice. Oh, that might have been the prison. Never mind. Again, I shouldn't focus on what Dante seems to be doing or not doing until we got him leveled and take him to testing circumstances. Does Nocturne run off energy? Yes, so it costs 2 energy per shot. Because it costs per shot rather than being an ongoing drain, it doesn't seem to get in the way of overtime restores like Energy Siphon. So that is nice. There's an Omega Squad too? There's not an Omega Squad, no. Omega is Duck and Wolf, coming towards a ultimate boss fight. So, for those of you unaware of what's being talked about there, Duck Squad, Wolf Squad, what's going on? I am in the process of doing a passion project, basically, of turning every single Warframe into a Dungeons & Dragons monster, but not just one, 4 different monsters for each one. So different tiers, giving you a very basic one, an intermediate one, a strong one, and then the true, proper, lore-accurate Warframe. Prime power. Am I liking Dante? Barely touched him so far, can't give you the answer yet. We're just leveling him up so that I can actually use him. As it stands, that project is actually quite far along now. Up until about 3 PM UK today, I had the near finalized stat block for every single Warframe in the game. Unfortunately, as of about 3 PM today, that is no longer true. Because Dante. So I'm going to fix that on Friday. That's what I'm going to be doing on Friday. Am I going to be attending TennoCon this year? Unless I win the lottery? No. It is expensive for me to go to TennoCon. Prohibitively expensive. All told, I'd be looking at probably about a couple £1,000. Oh, max. That wasn't meant to be caps, but there we are. Bye, Slancy. Have fun. I didn't think to check the level in time. Rip, you'll be fine. You're the one getting the kills, right? Okay, you got a third of the kills. You'll be fine. Should make yourself a GoFundMe to go to TennoCon? No, I'm not going to do that. Do I have confirmation D isn't sending me? I'm assuming they're not going to. They sent me last year, and I was one of like 4 or 5 creators that got that. There are a lot more than 4 or 5 creators. If they sent me 2 years on the trot, and in place of sending someone else in the creator program, that would seem rather unfair to me, quite honestly. That would seem unfair. So, unless there was some other plan they had which specifically required me, I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Alright then. Sil, Puck, Ronald, thank you very much for helping me get Dante to 30 nice and quickly there. Now I can have a proper look at him. So, cheers on that. I'll pop you out. Does Dante float like Zephyr? Nope. No. Dante hovers on the ground. He doesn't walk. He hovers. He's just got so much magical power in him that walking is for noobs. He's got this. And if you sprint, this is what happens. For most things, when they sprint, they have to put more effort in. They can start jogging. Wisp starts wiggling. Dante walking. Sprinting. Walking. Sprinting. Walking. Sprinting. He just kind of decides to go faster. he just kind of decides. And yeah, we'll put the animation on so he stays hovering. Let's get that. I don't know why it started all the way down there. That's weird. Dante Agile, Dante Noble. Oh, let's go Noble. Let's go Noble. Alright then, so. Walking. Idle. Walking. Idle. Walking. Sprinting. Walking. Oh, that's a dashing. That's got more effort into it. I dare say it looks like he almost stumbles at the end of it. You see that, right? Like, he's not on the ground at any point, so what's his feet doing? It does look to me like he's stumbling. Why is he sounding like Barrow? Who do you think Barrow learned it from? Barrow is copying Dante. Headcanon. Oh, okay. Alright. Yep, he's read all the patch notes now. He understands what's going on. Got it. That quick. Wonderful. Alright, the real question though then is if I get a spear gun, what does he do with that? Come on Dante, what you got for me? Spear gun animations are always the animations we care most about. A barely used weapon class and they have some nice looking stuff. What do you do? I mean, that's valid. Yeah, alright. Solid. Love it. Love it. And for the agile animation then, we gotta know. Let's have a look. Alright. Alright. I mean, it's no Limbo, but I'll take it. I'll take it. How is Dante backwards to Inaros? What? So thoughts on the new level assortment mod? Haven't had a chance to have a look at it as yet. I have had access to the update for all of 80 minutes, including talking to people in bits and pieces. We petted Cavia, we have had 2 things of disruption, we've leveled Dante to 30, had a look at a little bit at the modding, and I mean a little bit. So we can focus more now on what actual options we got. So to look if you want to see, I didn't actually request it, so thank you for the offer. I'm going to pass because fashion is my last focus, but thank you. But I will pass on that right now, because if I look at that, I'm then going to get 30 more looks sent my way. And that's not what I'm doing today, sorry. Right. So, with Noctua, yeah, primary fire, strength based, so more strength, more damage from that, which is just a thing. That is good. How do you keep seeing streamers changing the names of regular guns? You head on down to Hawk in Cetus if you want to change the name of your melee, or you head on down to Rudzood or Father in either Fortuna or the Necrolisk, and they will change the name of your guns. It costs platinum. Okay, so yeah, we got this generalized damage. Drain per shot comes down with the efficiency, that's nice to have. It's not duration based whatsoever on that. The damage, it has the damage both for the prime fire and alternate fire, so that is nice. Number of fragments. Let's have a look at the tips, see if it'll explain what we're reading there. When encountering new enemies, use Noctua to scan them. Yep. Noctua can equip any number of tome mods, we know that. Noctua projectile spreads into 4 fragments upon impact. Fire into large groups to hit multiple enemies and charge the alternate fire quickly. Okay. That's nifty. So it's not... Yeah, it's not going to focus on a standard AoE, it's a projectile base, which means it may scale better with mods as well. Interesting. What else can we learn from the tips? Light Verse and Final Verse's Triumph grants Dante invulnerability during cast, offering immediate protection when you need it most. Okay, That's cool, yeah. So if you cast light, invulnerable whilst you're doing it. If you cast light, and then use your 4, which casts triumph, you're invulnerable during it. Okay, cool. I think I need to sort my chair out. It's oiling. Protect allies in a range by combining the overguard granted from Light Verse and Final Verse's Triumph. Yeah, that's what they're there for. Noctua's clones created by Word Warden use the same damage types as the mods equipped on Noctua. Consider which status effects will be most beneficial to your allies when modding Noctua. Got it. Blast. Everyone wants Blast. Got it. The Paragram summoned by Final Verse's Page Flight draw 5 from enemies, offering crowd control while attacking. Yep, soft CC. Final Verse's Tragedy applies all damage from status effects on an enemy instantly. Take advantage of this by applying Slash from Dark Verse and Page Flight, then cast Tragedy to wipe out heavy targets. Seems sensible enough. Been saying, I saw Warframe Flow had early access and said 2 abilities can take down level cap steel path enemies once ramped up with Dante. Alright, we'll have a look at that. Increased status chance from Dante's passive and Page Flight can be used to stack Slash, Heat, and Toxic status effects from other sources, and dramatically increasing the damage of Tragedy. See, this is interesting. I saw somewhere else, someone was talking about what the abilities can do. They called out Slash, Heat, Toxin. Where's the electric and gas? Don't tell me we have a status effect frame and then gas is getting dumpstered again. Please don't tell me that. Surely not. Surely that's not what we're doing here. Final Verse is based on last 2 verses cast. We know this. Alright. So, looking at these, we tab through to 2 Dark Verses. That's the one. Tragedy. Any damage over time they have suffered accumulates in a single blast. Now, damage over time they have suffered or are suffering. Word choice. A lot of things to test on that. Also, base damage on that 6,500 slash. Is that direct damage or is that slash proc that then gets shattered? We're going to have to look into a lot of details at once. Good God. Alright, let's get testing on this. There is a lot to test and I want some information on Dante. This is a lot to take in.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
Gas relegated to trash bin? I mean, gas is pretty much there already. There are things that allow you to take advantage of it, but it doesn't seem to do anything that you can't just get from electric or other stuff in general. So, we are in the new simulacrum room, and, honestly, like the vibe. Should have put away that, though. It's taking a lot of screen. I like the vibe. Heartbeat going. Good, good. It's not a dead thing. This is certainly a bit different. Can I jump out? I can! Huzzah! We got creepy peepee up there. Doesn't look so. That is... Oh, wait. No, there he is. Yep, yep. He's up there. Looking as grumpy as ever. Alright. They put an entire guy in there? They put an entire Eldritch entity in here. I don't know why we are simulating an entire Eldritch entity. Maybe it's not, and maybe it's just the visage of them. It doesn't seem the smartest thing to do. Yeah, this is a nifty location. So, where did the enemy spawn then? Given this is a simulacrum, not a captura. Where do they spawn? They all just spawn right here. Okay, fair enough. So much like the platform one, the ballroom, they all just spawn right there. Got it. Well, that was a bad day for level 50s. Let's try something a bit stronger, shall we? Now, we can try these new battle groups. Now, if we take a battle group, we make it as high level as I can, 220 in here, because we get extra levels for it being this one. What happens if I just kind of slash you in general direction? Not a lot of damage. And then we go, wha-bam! Alright, alright. I mean, you know, to say that I just cast a little bit in the general direction. Lancers took a bit... Oh, dear. Oh. Oh, dear. Come on. It's a little mistake. I'll let them off. Okay, it's an easy mistake to make when you're doing all these bits and pieces. Lancers don't spawn in all but the lowest level missions. They're replaced by elite lancers with a different armor type. Ah. No, 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 no. Look, we got, so here is Lancer, Ferrite Armor 100, Clone Flesh 100. Here is Elite Lancer. It says now Alloy Armor, and it's 200, and the Clone Flesh goes up to 150. It's a little detail. It's a little detail, but when it's the detail in the testing environment, it's a detail that matters. That's a slip up there. That's a slip up. Alright. Yeah, well, nothing's perfect. For the Oricans, yeah, basic bunch of corrupted, that's fine. For the Corpus, elite crewmen. Oh, so they can go... Wait, what? Elite crewmen and crewmen? Together? Does that happen? Is quickening better than Fury? They have their uses. Slightly odd. Also, I noticed this doesn't include any heavy units. Elite crewman, mower, mine osprey. No techs. Murmurs, Culverins, Arcanids, Shuffling Fragment, Lumbering, Hollowvein, and Atomizer. That's good. Why do you sound so much different from your videos? Much less British. I'm still sounding exactly as British as I normally do. This is British. I am British. This is how British people sound. You might be expecting something more like, let's give myself something to read. Let's get a nice script, shall we? When encountering new and dangerous enemies, use Noctua or other codex scanning tools to complete their codex entry quickly and benefit from Dante's passive going forward. Noctua can equip any number of tome mods, making it a versatile tool for both utility and destruction. Noctua's projectile spreads into 4 fragments upon impact, fire into large groups to hit multiple enemies and charge the alternate fire quickly. Does that sound a bit better? Does that sound more like what you're used to? The scripted focus approach?
Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Engineer.
Cheers, Ray. Script changes so much? It does, yeah. Because the script, I'm focusing on conveying what I'm explaining to you. I'm focusing on making sure that you get it as clearly as possible. Whereas here on stream, you're getting me. Videos, you're there for the video content. Here, you're here for the Kengineer content. It's a subtle difference, much like the subtle differences in one's voice, but it is an important difference. Minus 12% British, please. Nah, bro, we're gonna go more British, yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Gonna get into right proper, you know, Brit stuff, yeah? I don't want to do that. We're not going to go down that road. Oh god, never do that again. I have a rejected April Fool's idea I had considered for doing a video guide in chavvy British style. Yeah, full inits and the like. Have a right proper look at stuff, you know, man? I'm the Kengineer in it. Let's have a propaganda. Wagwan's Bloods, yeah. It's like us, you know. We got some proper, and I do mean proper top stuff, like absolute bants right here, blood. No, I can't. Why was it rejected? Because I can't hold it together. I can't. That's not me. Ugh. It may be where I grew up, it's not what I want to do it with. Nope. Flat cap and tracksuit? Not flat cap. Just tracksuit. The flat caps are kind of They've kind of gone their way. What's the ticket for? The ticket's for the raffle. What's the raffle for? Exclamation mark raffle. Well, look, that's, you know, I mean, that's a nice, decent area. Hitting for some good slash procs. Do it again. And then, bump. 27,000 damage slash. Did I see that right? So put those two on there. 2 lots of 674. Now 34,000. Alright, that's, Can keep the British style nearby for vocal clickbaiting purposes. Totes. Also, Kodoba, I didn't actually welcome you in there. Are you there, my dude? How you doing? Saw you got your shout out. I was in the middle of a point there. I do apologise. How you doing, my dude? You think about Nourish and 1? Why? Everyone goes straight to Nourish. Everyone goes straight to Nourish. No. Please. Come on. At least look at the frame. It's been out for hours. And you're already going, oh, Nourish. Come on. He deserves better than that. Ooh. Perish. Slashy, 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 slashy. And pop. I mean, that works. Ability to just bear damage. Yeah, man, proper bear damage like... I know she was a peng ting and all, but whew. This top, absolute top, no cap. Think of Raw over 1, to be honest, since 1 didn't seem your style. I mean, if you want to do that, you could do that. Raw would be a reasonable put there, considering the status focus, but still, yeah. Not Nourish. How about Breach, Surge, or Gloom? But why did you do this to me? You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing there. Nah. Anyway, no. We're going to not keep on going down that road. The words painting don't sound right coming out your mouth. Yeah. They don't sound right coming out my mouth to me, neither. No, that's just no. Just no. No. Just no. Just asking you, can I ask, what does Dante do? Dante plays noughts and crosses until enemies bleed to death. Yeah. People saying, it's the first time I tune into your stream. Your videos are so professional and well made. I wish you great luck going forward. Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. And welcome in here as well. Right, so let's see. What do we want on this then? So with Light Verse, this is giving us Overguard and Overguard Cap there. Interesting, the Overguard is so small compared to the Overguard Cap. A base of 500 game, but an Overguard Cap of 15,000? Alright. Noughts and crosses, never heard it called like that before. I mean, yeah, tic-tac-toe is the rest of the world, yeah. Noughts and crosses. You make noughts and crosses. Noughts and crosses. I'm the one speaking English here. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it's because you're not speaking English. You're speaking another language which you call English. It's different. Alright? We'll not be having, though, Americanization trying to co-opt and take over our culture, alright? That's what we do. We do that to others. It ain't going to work both ways. Unknown error 0 going aluminum. No. 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 Anyway. Dark Verse, we got base there at 1250 slash, increases with strength of course, radius, increases, radius, it says radius, but then angle 50 degrees, so it is a cone. It's a cone which can extend its width, length, whatnot, but yeah. It's not actually radial, I suppose. Aluminum to you sounds like you put a toilet in the middle of the word. I don't even know what you mean by that, but alright. Is the currency for Dante time-consuming to obtain? I haven't looked into exactly how long it would take at this point, Zara, so... I mean, that'll be up to your assessment, really. I will, in my inevitable guide to Dante, also cover how long it takes to get him, yeah. Alright, Final Verse then. Final Verse has all these different things going on at once. We've got Triumph, Tragedy, Word Warden, Page Flight. Can't tab through the details here, that's fine. But Triumph giving a whole bunch of Overguards, and then Overguard regeneration per second with a regeneration duration. Regen duration seems to be fixed. It's not scaling with duration. Okay. So that's a thing there. Yo, Zara Horizon, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper, and enjoy your lovely blue sub badge with all the other bits and pieces that comes with that as well. Thank you very much on that. Great Cape Goomba, going to start a petition to get a Brooklyn Ken button on the rewards. Make him attempt a Brooklyn accent for a whole 2 minutes. I don't even know where I'd start with a Brooklyn accent. What? No, let's not go down that road before I accidentally insult pretty much the entirety of the US somehow. Let's just not do that. Brooklyn accent? They said Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Alright, anyway. So this gives you a whole bunch of Overguard, which is pretty nifty. And then the Overguard recharge on kills. So that's cast this. Cast this. We're already at 1540 Overguard. Then cast that. Yeah, that gives you an absolute load of Overguard right there. Okay. Can't insult them any more than they already do themselves. It's different when it's someone else. You're always allowed to insult yourself. That's just a fact. You're always allowed to. That is separate. Alright, so with this active at the moment, if I saw to the end of this guy, say if I were to ignite his face for a while, and yet you can see the Overguard regenerates for a little bit. Okay, that's nifty. That is nifty. Now, because it's a regen rather than all the time, I'd imagine it means that if you get a load of kills at once, you don't get a huge increase in your Overguard. And it looks like my suspicion is correct there, yeah. The Overguard gained doesn't suddenly rocket up, or I'm getting a whole bunch of them. So it's either on or off at that fixed rate. Okay. As I'm saying, Overguard on kill, even ignoring the actual hit points, when that go hard from just a half-second Overguard gate. Depends on if it activates at that point. Depending on if it activates when it runs out, which would need testing. So let's test that. Let's kill off these enemies. Grab ourselves just some elite lancers. Thank you very much. Maybe not that many. Let's just reactivate that particular buff. Turn off the pause on the enemies. Okay, we can activate the regen nicely enough there. Just going to let them shoot for a bit. Just worked out that Overguard. It does look like it, yeah. I mean, it ran out there, so that kind of ruins it a little bit for us. I'm probably going to just have to die and respawn, aren't I? Yeah, I'm just going to have to die and respawn. But if I bring a more appropriate set of weaponry, let's kill these guys off and try that. When I get the new sim room, this was gifted to me by DE as part of the update. So exclamation mark D1A on that. It was a gift from DE. Switch you out for the very obvious choice of a Boltor, because I am liking using the Boltor at the moment. What with the amount of hurt it is putting out. Dante is here. Yes, indeed. Let's activate this. Activate this. Gonna give myself a re-up on that because I was about to perish. Damn, wasn't quick enough. That's unfortunate. Alright. Yeah, can I force perish? Why the drop's not working on iOS? You get progress towards drops, or you should get progress towards the drops, but you can't claim them on iOS because of contracts. Literally that. Some people somewhere decided on contracts that make it where, nope, you just can't have that. That was their decision. Alright. So let's get them to crack through my overguard. Yeah, that's constantly gating. So long as you get a kill, you're basically immortal for 2 seconds, yeah. There you go, Zom. That's interesting. Alright, I have somewhere to take that. Let's give that a little bit of a whirl. How do you do that? Just activating his triumph. What's this message? What do we got here? From Mirrorlave, smiling. Observant Vitrium. Oh, thank you. Not satisfied with merely watching the stream, you now need to give something to watch me. Alright, sure, thank you for that. Let's decorate that in. Equipment, orbiter, decorate. Let's pop that down somewhere, shall we? Let's see, where is it? Vit. Let's just let's go nowhere in particular. God damn it. Let's go nowhere in particular. You know, certainly not cooking anything here. Nothing too basic and obvious. I mean, yeah, you know exactly where we're going. We'll just rotate you around. And then push you back a bit. There we are. Gonna need another one of these, aren't I? Let's do it. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. And of course it follows you. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that is absolutely horrifying. Ah. Alright, thank you very much for the inspiration on that. You can just go to decorations to this, can you? Ah, so you can. That's also in the gear wheel. Alright then. That's going to take some getting used to. Oh dear. That was stupid. Right, Boltor, let's smack those off of you real quick. Let's get me corrosives on here because corrosive is fun. And let's see what happens. I'm gonna switch off of Naramon to an Iron so that self-revive is a little bit more possible. Too busy looking if you're curious to pay attention? Oh, I see. I see. Lobber, cheers. Thanks to hydrate. Alright, let's make sure that's solo only. Go to my usual testing ground and let's see what happens. I mean, I have not a lot of tank on this guy. Surely nothing interesting will happen with that. why we randomly given a ton of resources. You were given enough for one of each type of feed to the helmet system. This is because there's been a number of changes to Warframes, which you may have invested helmet resources into, and changes to helmet abilities. So you've been given that to make it a little bit more affordable to change your stuff.
Foes. Underestimate them at your peril.
We try Texicana? We'll put that on the list.
They have just shut down all systems.
Oh, that's dark. I want light.
Support capsules your way.
1, 2, activate this. Alright then. I mean, ignoring for a moment that, you know, Bolt or Prime kind of go burr, I am also tanking it. Let's just make sure that stays up. My tank is the sum total of casting my 2-2-4 combo. That is my entire tank right now. I have adaptation on my health, but I'm not using it. So long as I keep up that couple kills per second, I keep tanking. I also flash by my screen repeatedly, but yeah. Why do you get resources? Because there's been a change to the helmet system and some helmet abilities. It's to allow you to do one of each resource feed so that you can now afford to continue to re-experiment and change your builds as a result of the update. It's a partial refund for resources you may have spent on things you no longer wish to spend them on. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to continuously play with my screen flashing like this, but the fact that you can tank this way is real. That's indisputable. You can do it. And you can see how it just kind of tears through with this approach. That's nice. Yo, Caddy777, thank you very much for subscribing there. Welcome in once again. Let me just cast the correct things to keep myself alive. Enjoy a lovely bronze badge you've just leveled up. And thank you if you could let me back to the channel. Yeah, the exclamation point for unclaimed rewards in the circuit. Yep. So if you've forgotten to claim those, it'll keep reminding you. That is true. I mean, this is just shield gate tanking on steroids, isn't it? Rather than keeping it up using, what do you call it? Casting of abilities, we're keeping up with the casting of death on enemies. As long as I get a kill every 2 seconds, I am immortal during the ability. That's weird. That is weird. But it is hell on the eyes. So, I wouldn't recommend it. For that reason alone, I wouldn't recommend it. Let's make sure the timer won't run out on this. This is unmitigated levels of stupid. By changing graphic settings? I suppose you could. You could do that. Also, again, good God, does this go and go burr. Like, the amount of unfettered Daka with this is kind of wild. God, that is just constantly flashing in my face. I like this one Burston. It's easier to charge than a Burston, it feels. Like, a lot easier. And for that reason, kinda yeah. The Burston, I feel like I have to be especially accurate to charge it. Whereas the Voltor, I just kind of point in the general direction, that's good enough for me. Also because I can just hold down fire on the charging. Flash gating? Yeah. Let's go with that. This is flash gating. That's how we're surviving. Dante flashes us. I mean, it's effective. I'm blind, but it's effective. Please, just get us to 5 minutes so we can leave.
Extraction
Alright.
is available if you need it.
Let's get out of here. I verified that. Immortality but at cost? Yeah. It needs to see to land headshots? I mean, sure. Aiming never required vision, did it? All that for 100 endo? And all the rest of it. Round rewards are just one of the items you get. But yeah, in answer to your question, does it allow for permanent gating with Overguard? The answer is yes. We just did it for that entire mission. Which is kind of wild. From Not Dragonfire, stupid question, Pit Lamp doesn't boost Dante's buck, does it? I haven't tested. I don't see why it wouldn't, as the buck is a secondary and Pit Lamp is for secondaries, right? So why wouldn't it? What do we got here? From Play Thoughts, since we're in the mood for spooky, a ghost. Noctua's Powdergrim. Oh, thank you. Alright, I don't know what we'll do that. We can use the brand new Decorate quick button. There we are. One. Oh, I have a couple of these. The other must be from DE. Let's, do that right there. Is that going to just hover there? Or is it going to fly around? Just going to hover there. That's actually quite distracting. That is more distracting than I would like. Let's put you somewhere else then. Let's see. Yeah. Don't know why this turning is so slow, but there we go. And we'll duplicate so we can flank. Please tell me they're in sync. I mean, surely when I reload the orbiter, they'll be in sync, won't they? Anywho. Gipek saying the Eclipse nerf pretty much killed my and many others' ability to solo Eidolons. You could solo Eidolons without Eclipse. I know, I've been there and done it myself. So if that's removed your ability to solo Eidolons, you couldn't solo the Eidolons. The ability could. You might need to revisit what you think your builds are. Maybe you can't solo them as quickly as you intended before, but you should certainly still be able to solo them. Most of your clan alliance would complain about new lighting in the orbiter. It is a lot darker. Like, very dark here. That hard cut on the light right there. Somewhat off-putting. And it is very... It looks brighter in parts and darker. Very much darker in a lot of parts. The contrast has been dialed right up. That's the thing. Anywho, right, so we've verified some weirdy schmeedy bits already here with just pure gate tanking on guard. So, guard tanking? Blindness tanking, however you want to go about it. Also, that would apply to allies too, which is equally wild. So, let's have a look at what else we can kind of break with him. So, the Triumph we've seen. Constant overguard if you've got the regeneration is wild. It's allies too? Yeah, that's what it says, yeah. Invigorate allies with a buff that increases health and grants overguard. Kills and assists briefly regenerate overguard. Yeah, it's for allies too. Which is, again, wild. Final verse. Tragedy. 2 dark verses cast in succession attack enemies. Any damage over time they have suffered accumulates in a single blast. So I wanted to verify the numbers on that. That's my next question. Is how do those numbers work? What's it actually doing there? So let's go do that. Let's see if I can put some reality to the theory.
Creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
Here we go. I'm just going to this one by pure force of habit, but I'll be honest, I think I'd stick with the ballroom simulacrum for testing, simply because this is down here. Spawning them out of sight and going up to them like that, not sure I'm a fan of that. So, let's grab some elite lancers. Okay. Random spawn positions? What? That's curious. Alright. Alright. Riveth, cheers. So, if I slash you. 21 damage direct, 674 on the slash proc, makes sense. Do it again. There we go. And then if I pop this on you. So 108 and 9017. Interesting. So slashy, 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 slashy. Pop. I don't like the damage numbers are overlaying there. It's making it harder to see what I'm actually doing. Damage numbers on furniture? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I saw like 27,000 there. So let's think about this. 674 multiplied by 5, multiplied by 2, multiplied by, what was it? It said 4.62 will be 31,000. So if there's 5 ticks left of each of them, of those 674s, multiplied by the multiplier there of 4.62, I'll be expecting 31,000. If I was slightly too slow and one of the ticks went through, then it'd be 28,000. Okay. Something's not quite adding up there. Not quite. Does it use dots that were there or that are there? Not sure what exactly you mean by that, Nicophant. Now let's excuse me. Let me cast a couple darks away from these guys. There we go. If I just pop this near them, yeah, so it does just 108 damage due to their armor. No slash proc. So the slash on the cast isn't that. Now I check if it works with electric gas. I have no Zom. Zom, you've been here the entire time. We're working through it. I'm working through bits and pieces, bit one by one. Please bear with. Right. Arsenal, let's get straight to that one. Why not? Let's grab something that's pure heat. Ignis. And let's grab a testing setup. This is test radiation. Let's switch out the test radiation for test gas. This will put a bunch of gas blocks onto them without it being too powerful, so we can see what we actually get out of it. Alright, so first of all, let's cast this away from them so I'm not slash blocking them. There we go. So we got... Let's get a bunch of gas on them. Yep, a nice lovely tiny amount of gas on them. That's great. Do that again. Gonna run out of energy. Okay, they're max procs of gas. Doesn't seem to touch the gas. No. I saw the gas tick down afterwards. It's not touching the gas. Okay. We've just ignored the AoE ones. Even if it didn't blast an AoE and only hit the single target. But no, it's just completely separate. So AoE, DOTs are not connected to Dante's 4. You see, if I did slash them as well and then cast this, whabam. That's definitely a bit more. Also, that's 56,000. 56,000? Is 56,000 what I was expecting? No, I don't think it was. Getting slightly lost on the math here. So, slashy slashy, slashy slashy. Oh yeah, it's probably because I had a load of procs at once on them. Okay, yeah, fair enough. No, fair enough. Yeah. Slashy slashy, proc proc, proc. Okay, 25k there. Which, from the numbers I was running, is close to... Okay, within rounding errors of what I'd seen. Ish. Yeah. Is the burst of DOT damage the same damage type as DOT, and is it affected by armor? So far, that one matched. Let's try it with heat. Let's try just heat and see what happens there. So if I take out the Malignant Force, I should be able to just build up a slightly spicy heat proc. Let's get this charged first. There we go. A little bit more. Get it to 100. There we are. So we've got a heat proc of about 500. 5,613. There we are then, yeah. So on the basis of the slash ones absolutely rocketed, and this one did not, it does seem to me that it is remaining the same damage type. So it's just taking the procs, however strong they're hitting, take all the remaining ticks and just apply them all at once with a multiplier. And don't forget to take into account the cast time. There will be procs or ticks of those procs that happen during your cast time. So casting speed would allow you to land it quicker, but at the same time, it doesn't matter if you miss it, I guess, because the tick... No, it does matter if you miss a tick. Because if a tick goes off, it's not going to get your damage multiplier. So yeah, casting speed is definitely going to be a positive for even the 4. Not just the casting in general. Okay. That's pretty much the long and short of Dark Versus. Like, we've seen from others, it's powerful. We know it is powerful. But electricity, I'm going to guess then, is the same as the gas situation. AoE is a no-go on that. Would Gauss with Thermal Sunder on your team make a difference? Shika, having someone on your team makes a difference. Your question is incomplete. I'm not sure actually what question you're asking there that you're confused on. Sorry, I just don't know what you're actually asking. Heat inherent stacks? That's still not a full question, Alan. So I'm going to move on from those questions. Wood Warden, a light verse followed by a dark verse supports allies with copies of Noctua. Alright, so how do the copies work then? That's the next question. So that is light then dark. Light then dark is book. Light then dark is book. There we go. We have book. So if I... From out of range... Interesting. From out of range doesn't hit. And then the book doesn't hit. If I get into range where I do hit, the book joins in. Interesting. Does the book hit all of them? Let's give the book a load of status chance, so I can tell exactly what the book is doing. Noctua. Go on this. Status. That technically gives status chance, so that's something to put on. Status chance, sure, why not? Slash and status chance sounds good to me. Status chance, of course, that doesn't stack with that. Let's just replace it. I just want status. That'll do for now. And then otherwise, I'm not going to go fire rate now. I'm just going to see if I give it just a whole bunch of status and damage. Does it hit to match my fire rate, or does it just fire on its own? Go light, dark, dark. Casting speed is going to be helpful. Buck is summoned. I wanna just target this guy. No, I want to target just this guy. Because you see that the beam is then bouncing off him and hitting others. And I can see the guy at the back got slash procced as well. Was that punch through? What if I aim from this angle? Interesting. How is it deciding who to slash proc? Oh, it's probably the splinters, isn't it? It's the splinters. Right. That's what I'm seeing there. Yeah, we can see literally the splinters bouncing off. That's nifty. That is nifty. Okay. If we do that again, let's see how quickly we can see the splinters going. I'm going to switch side just so it's easy to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about the fire rate on the book, isn't it? That is about the fire rate on the book. So if I up the fire rate on this, we should see more of those projectiles. Just the fire rate for now. Just so I don't cause multi-shot confusion. So, kill them, spawn them, just showing this all same places. Okie dokie. Couldn't tell if that was faster or not. I'll be honest. Couldn't tell. That's one on the right. Oh, it's because I switched the camera side so I could look at them properly. I did that. Can't tell if that's faster. Let's switch it off again. Turn off the attack speed. Because it should be a lot faster. With that amount there, it should be a heck of a lot faster. No, that's the same speed. That is the same speed, isn't it? The projectiles going across, that is at the same rate. There is no change there. That's curious. Soft limit? Maybe. But the thing is, that soft limit is no attack speed bonus at all, which should just be a fixed value, potentially. Change my fire rate? I did change my fire rate, Fuzzy. I changed my fire rate between flat and plus 150%. If you can't feel the difference between plus 150% and not, yeah. Maybe link to weapons fire rate? Well, there's going to be a minimum link to it, which is how often you hit. But I've got a fire rate well above the guns there, the Noctua. Let's go for something with a different fire rate. Let's... Not that. Let's see, what's the fire rate on you? 16. I want something at mid-ground but automatic. If that exists. Actually, let's try something ridiculously high fire rate. As in my own thing. Let's see if we can get more out of my own weapon. having that fire rate. There we go. Gonna need to spawn a new ones over there. No change. Yeah, no change on that. Actually, has he stumbled out of range? Maybe that's it. Where am I? So this is the new simulacrum. D gifted it over to me. No, there's no change there. No change. Okay. There's definitely a cap on it, and that cap seems to be hit very easily. If I go with something like the Latum, where I'm going to spam the shots personally myself. Click spam it. Cast 2, cast 3, cast 4. Latum out. Same fire rate. Same again. Alright. That's curious then. It would almost suggest that adding fire rate to the book is just completely unnecessary if you're having it for support purposes from your ability. You still want to add fire rate for recharge of the book and for sure sheer DPS purposes yourself, but not from the ability. Interesting. Which would mean then if you subsume off your 1, don't put fire rate on Noctua. That seems to be what I'm coming to there. That might yet be wrong. There may be some hidden mechanic, but looking at the basis of a visible fire rate based action, one would assume fire rate based, yeah. Wondering if ability strength further increases the rate of fire for the book clone? Why would its strength increase that? It should increase damage if nothing else. I don't see any reason why fire rate will be tied to range. Sorry, tied to strength like that. That's a very strange thought, quite honestly. There's been weirder interactions? Sure, and there's been more logical ones too. The point is that what reason do you have to think that's it? You could have picked any stat in the game if you're going for weird interactions. What if sprint speed affects it? You're choosing strength, so do you have a reason to think it's ill? Or is it just a thought that having escaped would give me a headache to try and test? That's the difference. I'm not going to test that one because I don't think that's going to have any relevance to it. Strength is clearly used in other parts of his abilities. If you come across something that reasonably looks like it affects the fire rate, then sure, I'll look into it. So say out of duration, efficiency, strength, and range, it seems like the most likely one to have an effect. I disagree. I think it'd be duration. If there's going to be any of those, a rate of something happening would be tied to the thing that changes the rate of things, duration. If any stat was going to be relevant to that. So, again, you know what, Sil? I'm pressing X to doubt. Right then, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so the Word Warden... Word Warden... I can word. This is why I have scripts and takes, and don't put the first thing I say onto YouTube. Word Warden... I hate this. I'm calm. I think it's fine. Word Warden. I hate it. It just feels wrong in the mouth. Word Ward. What? We were. Word Warden. A light verse followed by a verse. It gives us the book. The book does the shooty, and that's about it. Imagine there's 2 words in your head. Word Warden. No, that gives us space. It's Word Warden, not Yeah. Why? I don't know, Dragonfire. I'm stumbling across it, okay? I'm having a moment. Let me have these moments. These are the moments you don't get in YouTube videos. These are the moments that just don't occur there. You don't see me stumbling over words. You don't hear me trying 5, 6, 7 times over to say the same thing because for some reason the word just kind of jiggles in front of me. I'm like, ah! Oh, thanks, Sil. I appreciate you. You're a great friend. Thank you for clipping that. It's forever woodboard. Wood. They're so similar freaking sounds. Woodboard. Why is it woodboard to you? Good God. So final 3 is a light verse, dark verse, creates a copy of the book, and it does a little bit of shooty. Yeah. Okay. And then page flight. Dark verse followed by light verse summons paragrims that swoop at enemies, makes them vulnerable to status chance, and drawing enemy attacks away from allies. So this is a curious one. Status chance at vulnerability. That's we've not had anything like that in the game before, have we? Paragrims? Yeah, space owls. We've not had anything like that before, I don't think. We've had close to it. We've had the increased status output as a result of citrine, but status vulnerability is something entirely different. And vulnerability duration of 53.7 seconds, which is a little bit of duration on it. Neat. Look at the base duration on all of these. Like this one, Triumph, 45-second base duration. Tragedy, 45-second base duration on that. Oh, it's just base duration on the ability, isn't it? As I was thinking, what's the duration on Tragedy? What is that? What is that doing? No, it isn't. It's a one and done. Also, it says radius. It doesn't mention anything about a cone. Curiosity strikes. What do we got up here? We got some enemies. Okay. Gonna put another dog down here. We've got some kind of like, I don't know, Dullahan mask. Hey guys, don't mind me, I'm looking away from you. What? Bam! Yeah, they all stumbled. Alright. So if I like, give them all a bunch of slashies. Bam. Yeah, it definitely hits all of them. So it is true AoE. That's good. Does it ignore line of sight restrictions? Oh, no. How about this? But that one does. Okay. So 3 requires line of sight, 4 does not. Interesting. Interesting. What does vulnerability status chance even stand for? So my understanding is that it increases the chance of landing a status effect. I really need to get oil on my chair, I can hear it squeaking. So let's see. On the ability there, we've got, what is it? Vulnerability 77%. So if your status chance was 50%, I'd imagine that would say times 1.77, it would become an 88.5% status chance. That's my assumption on this. So to verify that, let's take 100 divided by 1.77. If I have a weapon with a 57% status chance, and I activate this ability, then I should only land status procs. I wouldn't be able to land a non-procced attack. If I'm correct about this. So, let's get exactly that. Let's get a weapon that's a little bit more manageable to witness. Fulmin, can I get you to that status on your automatic mode? No, I cannot. Okay, we'll use something else then. Tenora? Maybe? I need 57? Yeah, we can achieve that. Somebody say easy to test, uses 0% status attack, and if it lands a status, it's additive. Yeah, okay. What's the 0% status weapon I'm going to be using, Solomon? No, we'll run with this for now. Let's put, you know what? No one uses Blast. Let's use Blast. Huzzah. 52.8. That's a little bit low. I need a little teeny little bit more status than that. Where can I get a teeny tiny stupidly small amount of status chance from? Okay, I need 56.4 times 1.77 is 99.828. I'm gonna run the numbers here and see if there's some rounding in my favor. So 50 times 1.54, that is flat 77. There's no rounding there I can rely upon. And here we have base, what was it? Base 24 multiplied by, that is 120, 135. That'll be 56.4. Really? We're going to get it that close. Okay. Instead then, I go rhyme rounds, rifle aptitude. You know what, fuck it, that's good enough, actually. We don't need blast. 60% status. Let's run that. Want to change the strength? Effort. Effort. Okay. So, I need to go... Oopsies. Oh well, that's fine. That, and then... Paragrims. Oh, they do damage as well. Okay. I mean, not a lot, but it's there. Oh, these guys are all nearly dead. I'm going to get new guys. There we are. Go, my precious! In fact, I'm seeing instances of double procking, which wouldn't be possible with less than 100% status chance. I saw an instance of a double proc. I'm just trying to get it to happen again. But yeah, I'm not seeing a single unprocced hit there. Yeah. That does certainly give that indication, doesn't it? Your passing having an effect? Shit. That's a very good point. Of course, status chance increase by 50% on fully scanned targets. If I'm spawning them in, it's Okay. 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 Alright. Okay. How does status vulnerability work with guaranteed status or status over 100%? One would assume that it still increases the chance of you landing the procs. So it is Paragrim summoned by thingy, draw fire, alpha burb, tragedy, increased status chance from bird. No, that's not what I'm asking about. Doesn't explain on it any further. So it's just in this information here. Make them vulnerable to status chance. I mean, the fact they say status chance, it's got to be that. It has got to be. Nothing other than a multiplier to your status, surely. Surely it is a multiplier to the status chance. But yeah, that passive coming in slightly annoyingly there. Let's test the passive. You know what? Straight up, let's test the passive. So if I have a 24% status chance, how often am I going to? Oh, let's take that a little bit further. Get the cold mod back. That's not strong enough. Get the rifle aptitude mod back. And a cold mod, just about. Okay. And a blast mod. Right, I've got myself to just over 50%. Here we go. So, if the passive is additive after mods, then what will happen here is I will get always a status proc. Doesn't matter what status proc, it will always give me one. That is the important bit. If, however, it is additive to mods, then I won't get that. Very simple test. So if it's an absolute value or a modded value, this will verify that. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get new enemies just to be certain because these ones may have been affected by the paragrams. Okay. No status. Status, no status. Status, no status. And so on. That's pretty conclusive already. It must be additive to mods then. Absolutely must be. So, with that in mind, if it's additive to mods, that means that on the Tenora Prime, it is giving me a 12% status chance bonus, is my passive. So if I can get my status chance to 88%, at that point I should have guaranteed status on these enemies. 88%. So if I go for, again, the blast status modding, because just giving blast an existence, we're going to need more status than that. Let's hammer shot it. That's too much. I don't want to go that high. Oh, wait. I've already got on Malignant. Not quite there with Malignant at 45, so there we go. This will do. Blast Toxin, why not? So this always lands a status proc rather than just, what's that, 8 out of 9 times? If we always land a status proc, then we know that it is additive to the mods. If we don't always land a status proc, then the passive isn't functioning here, and I can just give up on understanding anything. So let's again spawn new enemies, make sure there's no weirdy schmeardiness going on. Status, status, status. No status. Status. Miss. Status, 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 status. No status. Status, 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 status. Miss. Status, 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 status. I'm just going to keep saying the word. Yep, yep, yep. No! Again! Okay, the chances of that are vanishingly slim. Even accounting for any amount of rounding, the chances of that are vanishingly slim. Unless the passive isn't working here. But I've fully scanned these enemies, because I've spawned them in the simulacrum. To be able to spawn him in like this, you know I have fully scanned him. Oh... Is it only for the Noctua? It didn't say only for the Noctua, did it? Don't think it saw that. It just says status chance increases by 50% on fully scanned targets. Maybe it is just the Noctua, which would tell me that's a really weak passive then. Is it? Surely it's not just for the Noctua. We've seen it's not for the Tenora, so let's have a look then. On the Noctua, currently got ourselves set up with a 70% status chance. What is the base? That is important first. Base value 25. 12.5 we'll get from passive, again assuming that it is additive to mods. Let's test that theory first. So if I go... If I go like that, if I land a status proc every single hit, then we know it's an absolute value. Let's try that first. You know, passive could just give the Noctua a higher base. I agree. So let's try this here. Proc, no proc. Proc, 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 proc. Did I miss? No proc. No proc. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a few hits where there's no proc, so we can already see that it's not a 100% chance. So we know it's not an absolute addition. We're not taking the status chance up to 100% there from 55. So now, as I said, let's get that to the 87.5 status chance. So we can achieve that with you. Excuse me. And let's use you 85. I want just a teeny tiny bit more. 88.8%. Perfect. That'll do. So with this, if it is additive to mods, I will guaranteed hit a status proc every single time. If it doesn't work at all, then about 1 in 9 shots will not proc status. Make sense? Makes sense to me anyway. Let's see. How long do I have to fire until no proc happens, if ever? That's a proc. Oh, nice bounce as well. That didn't proc. 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 No proc. Proc. No proc. Okay. I don't think his passive is functioning. Like, at all. Now, this may be a simulacrum bug. This may be a simulacrum bug, which is going to take a little bit more checking, take it into a mission and see what's going on there. Simulacrum does like to screw around. Also, these guys, it's landing proc, but again, that's within the realms of possibilities. I'm just going to keep firing for a while, basically until I run out of energy. So far, so good. That's a lot of very consistent procs. Like, it hasn't missed a beat. Oh, it missed a beat on that one. But I want it on my main target, is my focus. That blue is very subtle, by the way. Still, so far so good. Okay, they've all perished. That enemy is a concerning one for me. Spawn in you guys. I mean, now it's just hitting procs. It's not missing a beat. It missed a beat. There we are. Okay. So yeah, it might be simulacrum thing. We're going to test this out of here now. Mango! Hello, welcome on in. Don't know anything about Warframe, but then okay, as a homie. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well there. Quick note for those of you who don't know, Delicious Mango here. Absolutely wonderful person who streams absolutely nothing to do with Warframe, but if you do want to watch someone who plays a fair amount of high skill Apex Legends, that's the one to check out. Mods, can we get a shout out for Delicious Mango? They absolutely deserve it. They absolutely do. Right, let me think. Where can we take Dante here for a test? So, Lancy, that is not how you do a shout out. / shout out. Then a space, then the name of the person. I'm sorry. Oh, so you're precious. What's going on? Oh dear. There we go. There we go. So Lancy figured it out. All right, all good. A+ moderating, we have only the best here. They're the wonderful people. This is just thankfully a community that doesn't need much moderating. That's the real benefit of it all. Syl and Zom are a little rusty at times perhaps, because they don't need to be hands-on, hyper-focused moderators, even when we have 300 people watching. Which is great. Most of your mods are just friends. They don't do anything, so you can't talk. Wow. Okay. Right. Now, let's go into a low-level mission, but high enough level they shouldn't fall over the moment I shoot them. Should be okay. I just want to see if I can shoot them and only land status procs here.
There is a large platoon of Grenier.
Fair enough, Ray. Not what I meant. No. But yeah. Friend nepotism if such a thing exists? I mean, it basically does, yeah. Okay, first, verify. Yeah, definitely full scan. Huzzah! Status proc, status proc, status proc, and he's dead, and status proc. Okay, so far so good. 4 shots of a 8 in 9 chance, we're fine. Still, there was no need for that. Come on, don't be salty. You're better than that. Ow. Ow. Stop that. I could just make myself immortal. You're going to achieve nothing now. Okay, that took out a bunch of them in one shot. Fair enough. Yep, status proc. No status proc! There was no status proc on that. And he is definitely fully scanned. The passive does nothing. Right, there we are. It's verified. 100%. The passive is non-functional. I have tested it on the weakest possible situation that it could be in. If it couldn't even do that, it doesn't exist. I have an inbox message. Oh dear. Yeah, Cosmo, I swear there's nothing inside of this. Just take it and don't ask questions. Okay then. Thank you. There's nothing inside, so there's no point opening it, right? No point at all. Absolutely nothing we need to look at there. They told me it's empty. Why would they lie to me? I can trust them to tell me the truth. Inara sarcophagus decoration. Okay, not what I expected at all. Not what I expected. But sure, thank you very much for that. So yeah, okay, D1A is about the fact that I get given a bunch of items by the Warframe community team when an update comes out, so that I can get straight into it rather than having to farm for the items. So if you see me using any of the Dante collection, the Onos, the Synax collection, any of these augments, the Simulacrum we've been using, or if I use the Captura scene, the Abandoned Vessel scene, all of that is as a result of DE gifting it to me. That's what D1A is all about. Day 1 access. It's a creator thing. That is my due diligence, FTC. You hear me? I am declaring the things I get from a company. Yes. Also, let's pop down that decoration. Pop. You can go right here. Sarcophagus. Oh, that is a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. And also invalid for placement here. What? Okay. Can it go here? Oh, that's not centered. That will hurt people. There we go. Alright then. Beautiful. How good is Noctua? The jury is out on that. The jury is out. Vrockman, say, hey engineer, I just wanted to run it by you that Nida seems to have been shadow nerfed on his link for his power strength, not scaling both people's own power strength, and now it seems to just be Nidus' strength. Interesting. Yeah, it's meant to be a multiplier to the strength of the person getting the bonus, right? Are you saying that's not happening? If you're experiencing a bug, exclamation mark bug, and you'll be able to report it to DE. Make sure you give as much detail as you can, as clarity and grace solves issues. Thanks for the link there, Sil. Right, so where are we at on the functionality testing before we get into build verifying? Noctua is Noctua is Noctua is Noctua. There's not really a lot to be thought about on that, other than one thing I didn't check is the fragment damage. Do the fragments hit for the same amount of damage? That is an important question. Can I get this to a fixed crit chance, or am I just going to have to deal with crits? I'm probably just going to have to deal with crits, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. So, for testing purposes, let's dump all of that lot now. We don't need all of that. 90% crit chance will do just fine for testing. Weird bug, you don't have day 1 access. Are you in fact a creator signed up to the creator program as invited by Digital Extremes and then also having signed the agreements herein required for the day one access, including any relevant non-disclosure agreements you may or may not have with Digital Extremes, based in Canada. Nah, it's probably just a bug, right? In frame of tests, memeing after the update, the bonus strength on his whisk seems to be based on my strength, and it's huge 400%. Interesting. So, yeah, if you're seeing a bug there, grab the details together, frack them, and pop it straight onto the bug report forums. Things break all the time, all over the place. Wisp did get changed in this update. Wisp and a bunch of other frames. So Wisp got changed, Vauban got changed, I assume Titania got changed. What that change was is that they were getting free casts when they had something like Arcane Steadfast active, but it wasn't using up Arcane Steadfast's bonus. So because of something like that, whatever has been done to change that might have had a cascade effect, and it's that kind of thing. We don't even know which change could be relevant. It could be that there was a change to enemy pathing mechanics that has then required some kind of thing to not carry over. It could be as a change to how Dante now comes with tabbing through his ability screen. We really don't know what could cause that kind of weird interaction. So all I can suggest for you is put together details, bug report it, D will look at it and sort it out at some point in the next decade. Is Dante live? Dante is indeed live, right here. There he is. Look at the bouncy boy. Full of bounce and hop and life. Right, Bourne Simulacrum. Let's have a gander, shall we? So, with a bunch of elite lancers in their nice, lovely lineup, all that lovely enemy highlighting, let's get our Nocta out. And if I hit that there, bounce. Okay, that damage looked different. 47. 15. So, okay. So not only does it split into projectiles, those projectiles are each a quarter of the damage, it looks like. Interesting. If I wipe out the armor here, so we don't have to worry about that bringing it down a lot. 4934 and what was that? 15. Okay, it's hitting the 1542. 1542 times 4 will be 6168. Wait, what? Four nine three four. Yeah. 1542. That's odd. Oh, wait, no. Wait. Oh, is it just not critting? Hang on. Ah. No. Is it removing the crit multiplier? Maybe it's a crit. Yeah, because I've got a crit multiplier of 3.2. If I increase my critical multiplier, go bam, whack it right up, will I now see the same on the spread only? Nope. Nope, the spread has now increased in damage. 2599. 8316, 2599. Exact same ratio. Okay. Coincidence that it matched the crit there. So it splits into 4 projectiles, but those projectiles are 3.2 times lower damage. Where does that number come from? Where's the detail about it? Was it? Huh? Oh, I'm losing myself. Timro Chad asking, hi Ken, in terms of faction names, why is there a the in front of the Murmur and not the Origin or something like that? Could just be a design choice. I mean, why am I the Kengineer rather than just Kengineer? It could be for that. In fact, you know what? For lack of a rational explanation, for a lack of a reason given by DE themselves, I'm going to imagine that is actually a reference to yours truly. That they decided to add the as a reference to the Kengineer. It's so nice of them. It's so subtle that I didn't notice it for months, but there it is. Thank you for pointing it out, Timber Chad. I just want to be clear, I don't actually believe that, but yes.
Oh, the Kengineer! Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Kengineer.
I still love that soundbite. I still love that soundbite. Right, I was going to look at this tip section on the... So, Noxus projectile spreads into 4 fragments on impact, firing into large groups. It doesn't say anything about the fact that it drops the damage down weirdly by dividing it by 3.2. Hi Ken, I got ads, so I did not hear anything you just said. Alright, step 1, subscribe to the channel. Step 2, here's the answer again. So, it turns out that I can't think of a reason properly in-game for why it would be the or not the. Like, you can easily say the Grenier, the Corpus. Which means I can only think of one irrational explanation to put the there. And that is because, like I said during the ad break, why am I the Kengineer rather than Kengineer? It just added weight to it. So DE saw my name, liked it enough that they decided to call it the Murmur as a reference to the Kengineer. That's the answer. Yeah. Right then. Does strength change the ratio? Oh, god damn you, Solomir. God damn you for asking that question. Why do you do this to me? Does strength change the ratio? Let's find out. Okay. How about this one then? I swear to god if this changes the ratio, I'm going to be so mad. Right, 13,651, 4266. Same ratio. Thank God for that. Okay. It's just an invisible ratio. Or invisible multiplier. Divider. Whatever you want to call it. Division and multiplication is the same thing. It just multiplies your damage by 31.25% for no reason that I can divine. It just does it. Maybe element damage will change the ratio. Maybe you can test that one yourself then, Flint and Steel. Because I see no reason for that one to have an effect. The Kengineer faction in-game confirmed then. I mean, very handy. Kind of hard to understand. Doesn't quite get this world, you know. Seems a little bit out of touch at times. And very dramatic. I mean, I suppose we do have a bit in common. How do the fragments work with beans? How do they dip? Oh, now that's a good question. That is a good question. Prime Expel Grenier, 55% more damage. Let's see what happens. Does the Murmur contain tea? The Murmur are upset because they don't know where the tea is. $21,158 and 6k was that? Yeah, that's looking at the same ratio, isn't it? That's looking at the same ratio. Six, 6, 1, 2 from that. Yeah, it's all exactly the same. Fine. Is that why we can't understand the Murmur? Because they're speaking British? British is not a language. There is English traditional and English simplified. Thank you very much. Okay. What else we need to test on Dante then? Aside from what the hell is the buck even doing with that number? Why is it multiplying by 31.25%? I just... Why is it not in the Arsenal stats? They just upgraded the Arsenal stats. All across the place. Where is it? Where they have this unique trait function to explain that it splits. It should be right here. That it splits on hit. Ah! What status of vulnerability testing finished before the passive derail? Oh no, the status of vulnerability was not finished, Solomon. Good shout. The passive derail did reveal to us that the passive does absolutely nothing. Which is great to discover. Yeah, that was the actual function of Final Verse. Any words on a PS5 hotfix? I don't have any words on that, sorry, no. You'll have to check the official channels from Warframe on that. Okay, so paint supply is what we're testing there. Status vulnerability with this strength is 126%. Curious. So, if I just drop all of this, that shouldn't guarantee a status effect at the moment. If what I know is true, that shouldn't guarantee a status effect. So let's try that. We cast you, we cast you, we activate the paragrams. Cool, right, he is affected. And sure enough, I'm not guaranteed a status effect. You can see from the yellow and orange numbers, a significant portion of them do not have a status. Oh, look at that, hotfix! We fixed lighting issues in the orbiter railjack and login screens caused by certain video settings. I think the collective power of all of us casting Dante's Dark Verse might have been the culprit. Hey, there we go. So the orbiter is indeed going to be brighter. Yeah, bring out your red text emotes. We don't get many times to use them, but now is the time. So yeah, there's that. Alright, so with this in mind then, is it modded? If I get my status chance, so yeah, 24% at the moment. Dante is going to make that, if I think it's a modded bonus, I think that's giving me 30%. So if I get my status chance to 50%-ish, yeah, slightly higher than that. There we go. If it is multiplicative with my final status chance, then this will hit 100% or more. If it's modded, then it won't. It will reach about 80%. There we are. So, hotfix details too. Fixed red energy colours appearing pink or magenta across many warframes, weapons and attachments. The angst has been restored to all of you, although of edgy harrows and Calervos. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Not only do we have a very edgy orbiter, but all the actually intentionally edgy stuff got turned pink. That's great. It's a bug, it should be fixed, but it's still great. Alright. Go, my owls, go! I summon the buck. I'm gonna get used to this, okay? I'm gonna get used to it. Let me just do that. I should cancel the buck. Alright. That didn't happen. So, dark, then light, summons Paragrim's Bright. Wonderful. So, let's see. Am I getting status with every single shot? Yes! Yes, I am. It's multiplicative with final status. And hotfix info. Fix a handful of crashes, script errors, remove the ability to use Nocturne and Arcwing, Submersible Arcwing. Reading underwater, and that's just too powerful. Valid. There we go. We nabbed it. It is multiplicative with final critical chance. Which makes sense because it's a vulnerability, so it shouldn't be a modded thing. That does make sense. The passive does nothing. But this does appear to be multiplicative. Can I try out reading underwater now for us? I don't know if I can get there in time, but let's try it. I've got seconds if I'm going to pull that off. Yes, loading animation. That's correct one. Uranus. Hotfix deploying, stay in your mission. What if I load a mission? Will it still work? Oh, actually, wait, not that. Rescue, that should be fine. When I say does nothing, the passive literally does nothing, Ray. We tested it in the most minimal of circumstances where even if it was a tiny bonus, we would have seen it, and it did nothing.
Search for the holding location.
Hello, I'm a wizard. I go circle. I go cat. Oh, that one hurt them. Oops. Hello, cat. I don't know why I was doing that voice, to be honest with you.
Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have much time.
That should give me a bit of energy regen. No? Oh no, I switched to modding on it, that's why. Never mind. Took all the chat out of him? Yeah. We've seen the temptation to clip it. I'm glad you've learned to resist, yeah. I appreciate that. Alright, I just need to find somewhere where we've got a swimming pool. That's all I need. Nice, lovely... Aha! Oh. This was a very disappointing swimming pool. Okay. Have I tried the 2 new weapons? Not as yet. Okay, can I come down here for a swimming pool? No. I'm being bamboozled on the swimming pool front. Is that swimming pool or is that just out of bounds? Just out of bounds. Okay. That's fine. I will keep exploring, and eventually, with enough grit, I shall find appropriate swimming pool. You just gotta have faith, chat. And in the meantime, I can do literally all of that damage to these guys. Kind of a lot. Okay, swimming pool. That's not a buck. Red Tex has lied to me. Thank you. Wait. Ability in use? Uh-oh. I can't swap weapons, chat. I can't. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm stuck. I can't switch weapons. I can't melee. No! This is the opposite of the bug we wanted. My bug. It's gone. They stole my bug. All I wanted to do was read underwater. Now it's gone forever. You! I can't even fire! I can't fire. What are they even doing? Can I... Oh god, ability in use. I can't cast anything. I'm fully locked. Operator? Nope, ability in use. Please note that we're still working on getting Dante Unbound live on the iOS build. Understandable, yeah. Deployment complete, restarts, receive the update. That sounds like a good idea. Let's leave. I've broken the game. US servers having issues? Fair enough. I'm not in US, so look at me. Alrighty then. Well, as it so happens, I've just looked at the clock chat. That is actually supposed to be where we wrap up the stream. So I guess whilst there is an update going through and you guys can download the hotfix and get cracking on that, we're going to do a platinum raffle now. So if you haven't already grabbed yourselves a ticket for that, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win that. And of course you can be using that platinum towards any of the new bits and pieces if you really wanted to. Let's have a ganders here, because like, you know, if we, not that. Let's have a think. You could get yourself, oh, I don't know, get yourself a nice lovely Orokin reactor, Orokin catalyst, and you can get yourself, I think you can afford the former bundle as well. You know, former bundle is 35, yeah. So you get yourself an Orokin Catalyst, Orokin Reactor, and a Former Bundle all at once with the prize from that Platinum giveaway. So yeah, absolutely grab yourself a ticket, exclamation mark ticket for a chance to win it. I'll give you all just a moment on that whilst I take a completely meaningless and absolutely not informative stroll around the Orbiter. I mean, it's not really a stroll, is it? I'm just kind of hovering, so there's definitely not going to be anything interesting about that. We're just maneuvering through the Orbiter, but you know, you can grab yourself a ticket all the same. Those who know, know, and those who don't know, don't know. How'd you get a ticket? Exclamation mark ticket in the chat there, Caddy. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat. Non-contact stroll? Yeah. It's a socially distant stroll. But I'm distanced from the floor. I'm floor agnostic. Which is a brand new phrase. Who the hell has ever said that before? Anyway. Leisurely floofing about the Orbiter. Oh, no, that is this. This is leisurely floofing around the Orbiter. And whilst we're at it, down here, this is professionally floofing around the Orbiter. They're all lined up in a row. And this is... well, it's whatever this is. They like to watch. Show us the eyes? Oh, you mean these eyes? Those wonderful frame following eyes right there. Yeah, this is a very cursed room. It's only little bits here or there, but it is cursed. And now you're going to have to sleep at night knowing that those eyes are there. How do you unlock this room? You need to continue playing the game, my dude. You need to keep playing the game. You'll probably want to complete the this one here, Heart of Deimos quest. And having completed that particular quest there, you'll want to acquire a certain helmet segment. I believe you get it from Sun Entrati? But yes, helmet segment. That's what you want to get. Rank 3 Sun, thank you. Hello, owls. Oh, they're still not in sync. Ah. They're just slightly out of sync and that hurts me. But it's fine. Shout out to Redline playing in the background. Yours. How'd you get the eyes? One of them was gifted to me by a viewer on the stream. The other one I decided by myself. If you go into the market and search for a Vitrium, it is this thing right here. It is 100 platinum. And you get an eyeball. One eyeball. So it's 200 platinum if you want to put 2 eyes in your thing. By the way, it's also then 500 platinum if you want to put 5 eyes on it. And 5,000 platinum if you want to do the opposite of what Mirrorlave did. Oh. Can't look at the inbox well then. Okay, never mind. You'll have to just find out on another stream, won't you? That's enough time for everyone to grab some tickets. If you've not already grabbed yourself a ticket, then you clearly didn't want to win it. So, let's see. The winner today of the Platinum giveaway, as soon as I hit the close, and it is going to be... the Raven King 1347. Congratulations there, Raven King 1347. You are the winner today of the Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you shortly after the stream in your Twitch inbox. I'll need your Warframe username, your platform, and if you have cross-save enabled or not, we'll get that sent on over to you. Whatever you want to buy for yourself from the market, you'll be able to do that now. At least a little bit easier. All the same. Everyone else, I hope you have been enjoying the stream. This first look into what we can get from Dante, the update and all those other bits and pieces involved. Of course, I will be making videos on a large selection of the content which we have got hold of, but we'll have to look into those details in the near future. 10,000 plat if you want the full Argos treatment. Oh god. Do not spend 10,000 plat on eyes around your orbiter, please. That's just... I would be concerned about your health and well-being at that point. Yeah. Raven King! There we are, celebrating. Woo! Raven King, in fact, let me just give you a quick whisper in your ears right now. Hi, smiley face. Raven King, to that message right there, can you please send me your Warframe username, platform, and your cross-save status, if you got it turned on or not, and we'll be able to take it from there. Now, everyone else, before you go anywhere, before you do go anywhere, we are going to be raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community. If you haven't got your drops yet this week, you'll be able to continue to get those drops. And I think it had just happened. For those of you who can still hear me, don't go anywhere. We're going to raid someone else. Now about 100 people are just going to disconnect, but that is fine. Let's see, who can we raid today? There's going to be a few people in the Warframe category streaming. We won't go to anyone who does an AFK stream. That would just be terrible. So let's go somewhere else. I dare say Brozyme's got enough viewers as it is. So we'll mix it up and go, again, somewhere else. I think Brozyme is doing just fine. Let's see. Oh dear. Of course. It's that day. I see. Well, we have to witness it. You have to witness this. Yeah. Oh dear. Alright, we're heading on over to Neo. What is Neo doing? You'll see. That's all from me today then. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.